Hello and welcome to the Free Cheese, episode 173. I'm your Joe Dix, joined tonight by Mark Augustiniak
Hey.
and Matt Sellner.
Hello.
The Free Cheese, the weekly video game podcast about video games, brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com.
You know it's serious when you do the claps when talking.
I've never done that. It might be the new thing, I don't know. It is Sunday, November something. How are you two doing?
I'm something.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm good.
Matt?
Ravens lost. Capitals lost today.
Ooh.
Saw Capitals win on Friday in person.
Yeah, but now, bad day for Matt?
Yeah, not the greatest, but we'll get over it.
Yeah, it happens.
How are you?
I'm rad. Thank you for asking. I feel pretty good. I almost got hit by a car tonight on the way home.
Oh. While you're,
Bicycle.
yeah.
I was coming through a parking lot.
Is it because of the wind?
No, I was coming through the parking lot and someone decided they didn't want to use the lanes that you drive in. They'd prefer to drive through the parking spaces. And they came right at me. So I screamed, "Fuck!" And
I mean, you don't have a horn, so.
yeah, that was my horn.
You should have had a little bell. Like, ding, ding.
I know. And then,
I'm
'cause
angry.
I just yelled "fuck" and squeezed my brakes as we came at one another, like a My Chemical Romance video. Yeah, my front tire was as far as you and I are away.
Oh, okay.
No, you and I are further away than my front tire was with her bumper.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Could've just rode up on top of the car, probably.
Yeah.
Just kept going, just like flip the car off as you're going.
Basically. But I wear mittens, so.
You're like, you can't see it, but just.
I like to think you could have pulled off some cool GTA 5 physics and just like launch yourself into the
Over
air
the
and
car.
then like land it absolutely fine.
I could
with
have.
no momentum at all.
I might have been able
Get
to.
a 1-star.
I do.
Maybe.
I had I think last night or 2 nights ago, I had a weird moment on the bike. You know those little things that happen in your brain where you say something and you think something. It makes sense in here, but coming out of your face, it would never make any sense.
Have you heard me every episode?
Right, yeah. So one of them made its way from up here down through this and outside of the mouth. Where I was coming through, I cut through this big like Walmart parking lot, and it's empty as fuck. And but there's always like a long stretch where people go up and there's like a stop sign and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And someone was coming along like way down in the distance, and I couldn't tell if they were speeding or not. And I was like, And like this is the thing, like in your brain, you kind of think like, oh well, fuck it, I'll just go. Here we go. But I actually said out loud, "Fuck you, here we go!" And I called it out like Mario would.
You friggin' nerd.
And I don't know why I did it. I had no reason to do that. No, they didn't hear me.
Oh, man.
And then I realized that there might be a problem.
What if they did, though? What if they started like a really faint, like.
Just here we go. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Probably scared some child.
You're probably so
somewhere.
excited that you had your NES Classic, right?
Yeah, I got one of those.
Yep.
Hello, darkness, my own.
I kind of gave up on that thing.
Not a boy.
Like, I just don't, like, I care, like, I want it, I think it's cool,
Yeah,
but
it's not worth like stressing out over.
yeah, I'm not, and I kind of realized that this morning when Mark and I went to multiple places and just nothing. I was like, okay, this isn't going to be what's happening.
Yeah, that was my whole attitude going into this. I'll get it when it comes around.
Yeah, it'll be, like, when I'm wandering through Target grocery shopping and I wander back to go look at Amiibo and I turn around and it's there, then I'll grab one. But until then, I'm not, whatever. I still have the money set aside in my bank because my bank has little things where you can just say, like, save this for this, save this for that. I've got $60 put aside, waiting for it, whatever.
Cool.
But, you know, the closer we get to Christmas, the closer that might get spent on something else, you know? Like,
Probably going to get spent on something else.
like, it's just sitting there and I'm like, but, well, we kind of need, like...
A Turbo Man action figure.
Like, I bought these shitty headphones for $20. I still have the box, so I could return them to Amazon for $20 and then take that $60 for the NES Classic and buy a nice $80 pair that aren't fucking shit.
But will you?
No, because they'll just sit here and never get used because it's too much hassle to print out a return label.
You just look at it, you're just...
Yeah.
You just feel exhausted looking at it.
Yeah, it's worth the $20 just to look at it and go, well, I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
So I'm great, really.
Cool. That's rad. That's the definition.
That's basically it. Yeah, video games.
What about him?
I've played some. Have you?
Kinda.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's
Maybe.
move into a little segment we call Now Playing. I beat Doom.
Ooh.
I beat the fuck out of Doom. I fucked some Doom up.
How did you feel with all his perks?
What perks?
Don't you get like?
This isn't Call of Duty. Don't
No.
bring that shit here.
Wait, what perks though?
No, I mean like the permanent like stat boosters, like in like faster and.
Oh, wait, you can
yeah.
get faster?
Well,
I thought you could.
Nah, I don't know about faster, but I know where you're getting
The
at.
three I had were health, armor, and
I don't know.
Ammo.
ammo. Yeah.
I don't know what you can upgrade.
You
overall.
basically-
I thought speed was one of them because when I watched that video of the
Oh.
like the Nvidia like them showing
Yeah,
the new
yeah,
graphics
yeah.
card, the guy looked like he was moving really friggin' fast compared to
He
what
may have picked
I
up a
played.
haste power up.
Yeah, you do get power ups along the way.
Okay,
that-
I
But
did
those
that,
are
but-
temporary,
Oh,
like
I didn't know if it was
30
like-
seconds of that.
Well, this was like a 20-minute video, and
the whole thing. He was
he's
just
just
hoofing
seemed
it.
he seemed godlike.
Interesting.
Maybe motion blur was up all the way. I don't know.
I don't. Yeah.
Showing off that graphics card.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah,
maybe he's just really good at just like Twitch playing.
might be.
Maybe.
And I'm not good at that.
You know,
so.
you know, where it's like the more you keep jumping, the faster you get.
Right,
Type
right.
deal. Maybe I think he was just doing a lot of that.
But no, this was Doom is really fucking good, like really good. And it's like Matt texted me today. You just finished it too,
I
right?
finished it today.
And like,
long awaited, yeah.
we won't go into any spoiler territory at all. But
You think they'll make a second one?
yes, but like, and that's
I hope so.
I mean, but only because I just think they will, not because of anything in the story at all, but just because I think it is going to be really, really well received.
Yeah.
And it was a really, really.
I mean, it
fucking
has
good
already
game.
got well received. Now.
Yeah, and I think that id, as a property of Bethesda, needs to use Doom as a big property moving forward, as they always have, right? But like, I think they need to.
Because I
keep
remember
going.
like playing a demo for that first level when he got to the very end, and you see like the main guy and they're advertising it, and like first like one review pops up, then another, and it's just covered in like positive reviews and star ratings and numbers, and I'm like, I think you're trying to tell me something.
Yeah, it was great. It was fantastic.
And I think
And-
it's going to be brought back up as we go into the December Game of the Year talk, because it's going to be one of those games like,
definitely.
what came out this year? Blah, 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 November, October, and then we go back to like spring, and it's like, oh, that came out. That
Yeah.
was really good.
Yeah, no, I mean, like right now I'm gonna lead my Game of the Year conversation with Doom.
It's on my short
think.
list.
It's
I
there.
don't want to give it to it quite yet. There's some
I have-
quips about it, but
So what? I mean, let's talk about the clips because like I'm gonna write a review. And what? How do you feel about? I want to play more of the multiplayer before I kind of go full.
that's where my
review.
quips are. It's nothing really with the single player besides it can get repetitive. It's one of those things
Sure.
where I jumped in for an hour or two, then jumped out and played something else. Then I was like, oh, I don't feel like killing some demons again. Jump back in for an hour or two.
Yeah.
Jump back out. I don't think I could play that game for 4 hours straight.
See, that was my Thursday.
Yeah,
Because I was like, I gotta finish. Because I realized the Game of the Year conversation is coming up. We're starting to prep for that stuff now. And as I'm doing it, I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta finish Doom. I gotta finish Hyper Light Drifter. And I got little things I gotta start checking off my list. And I was like, all right, I'm knocking Doom out because Final Fantasy 15 comes out in like a week, and I know I'm gonna get that.
it's all you, bud.
And that's that's another conversation in and of itself. Like I have no idea why I'm so
What,
stoked
15?
for 15.
Yeah.
You're in, right?
Yeah.
You're
You all
in.
can tell me.
Yeah.
You're
in.
We're adults.
Yeah, but no, I had to finish Doom. I was like, I got to get through it, and I just sat all like Wednesday night, played it, woke up Thursday, played all day, took a break to like clean or something, and then powered through it again.
And I want to bring up this. I don't want to kind of lead us into that kind of type of conversation, but something about Uncharted 4 that kept me going was, yes,
Yeah.
it's repetitive. You're killing pirates, clear a section, kill more pirates. But there was a story that was like, oh, I want to see the next cutscene. Oh, I want to see what happens here. All right, let me get through this part. What's going to happen next? Holy shit, that was crazy. Let me keep going.
Yeah,
Doom was like, clear the room. There's some type of story. That's fine.
yeah.
But,
I mean,
but let me play again. There's more demons. That's awesome. And
I think
yeah.
the fact that Doom released an arcade mode is completely indicative of what that game is. 'Cause
Yes.
the arcade mode is just the game. You're just playing like arcade mode is just the campaign, one level at a time. Right? Am I wrong with that? That's
I think
right,
so,
right?
yeah. I haven't touched it really yet. Yeah.
With like bonuses, but whatever.
Right.
But essentially, each level is your own little it feels very arcadey. It's 13
Yeah.
levels. Yes, each level progresses the story, different whatever, but it really is. It is.
would be 13.
Yeah, of course. But it is Doom. It is like you're in space. It's a monster closet. Kill it all.
Spoiler
Like,
alert, you go to hell at some point.
you go to
multiple
hell.
times.
You kill other types of things, and then eventually they come back to Mars. Like it just. But it's so good.
Me talking about the stories, me just like nitpicking at it at this point. I love the game. It's A+ in my book as far as from a gameplay perspective. The way it feels, it runs at 60 frames per second on a console, which nowadays we struggle to get 60 frames for some games. So that's a nice relief. It moves very quick. The game is just so crisp and so clean. Really good. And that, just me nitpicking at a story. That's all.
Even here's
I
the
don't
thing
even
with
care
the
about
story.
it at this point.
No, but like we got to the end, and Matt texted me and said, like, oh, blah blah blah, story thing at the end, and we were both like, are they gonna? Oh, okay, yeah.
Did it
But,
take a more like serious turn as to its?
I mean, it's
older
Doom.
ones?
But here's the thing: it's just
Because do you remember what the older ones?
No,
I'm not sure if it. I don't think it's the first one. It might be the second one. I'm not sure at all. I
Yeah.
barely beat those, but I just remember seeing it. The Doom guy has like a pet rabbit that got murdered, and he wants revenge.
I don't
Like see, but the point is that it's
is
not.
he the lone bunman?
Maybe no. I don't know why it was French, but yeah, but clearly that's not like a super serious thing. You know what I mean? Like it's comical. It's just it's not meant to be taken seriously the way that it was presented.
Yeah, no, this they were. I mean, like, yeah, they kind of played it straight. It was just like we had a facility and someone wanted to. We were researching energy and hell opened up.
So kind of like Doom 3,
right? Yeah. It was very much like they picked up off of those vibes.
Okay.
But like to me, the story didn't fucking matter, and I didn't care that it.
I didn't care either.
But I love that I didn't care because it doesn't fucking matter what it is.
That's
like,
exactly the feeling of Hotline Miami.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
There is a story, but that's not the focus here.
The focus is the game is fun as fuck to play.
Let me get through this room in 30 seconds to get my grade as high up as possible.
Yeah, and like you just like you feel so good playing it, and like after playing, because I did sit all day Thursday, and like I'm not good at first person shooters. Like they're not my thing.
Yeah, but like this one's different.
It is, and
it feels different.
You've got to wait to it, and like there's like a good. I don't know. There's like a good feedback for everything that you do. It doesn't feel. You feel like the right amount of heavy. Mm-hmm. It just and that.
It's therapeutic.
Yeah, it's so therapeutic, and just I don't know the monster designs. Like even though by the end of it, like you see the same ones a lot, they're still just like fucking god damn it! It's a fucking Slayer album cover.
More like God Doom it.
As far as the monsters, they kind of pretty much kept adding to it until the very end.
Yeah, you kept seeing
I
new
think
things.
the 11th level, the 11 to 13, you saw a new monster that kept appearing again.
Yeah.
You know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, the invisible thingy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was another. It was
like
the same
reskin.
thing.
Yeah,
it was a reskin, but they're invisible and. Yeah, if you weren't looking for them, they scared the shit out of you sometimes.
Yeah, like what the? Oh my god!
I just got hit and I went from 100 health to 50. It's crazy.
Yeah, so good. Like and as I'm playing it, I'm like, I'm never. And I know I do this all the time. I did it with anything, right? Where I'm never gonna stop playing this, but I'm never gonna stop playing Doom. Like the multiplayer, like I want to get good at multiplayer. Because I suck at those types of things. But like even running around, like I was fucking shit up in Doom multiplayer. Like kill streaks, KDR, positive. Like I understand.
No
things.
scope.
I know. No, but
not this
it
game
just,
at least.
It's a really, really, really good game, and I love that I didn't give a fuck about the story because I didn't have to. Because sometimes like story is used as a crutch when gameplay falls, and I don't mean that like to smite anything. Like even in the case of Uncharted, like. Uncharted has made leaps and bounds from 1 to 4. I haven't played 4, but like
Uncharted is like a cinematic experience.
But
definitely.
But like comparatively, like they've really like picked up their gameplay. But like there's still like Heavy Rain. Like there's things where you're interacting, but you're not doing much. Even Uncharted is guilty of that at times. Where like Doom, it just doesn't matter. It remembers that like
in the back of your head, you have like the simple little synopsis.
Yeah,
and you just go with it.
And that's all you need. It's
like, why am I here? Oh yeah, duh.
Right. And that was kind of how they kind of get you there right at the start, which is what I love.
Yeah.
Because they're like, hey, let's tell you some and he just punches the fucking computer monitor. He's like,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up.
Like they could have given you a background on your character. You could have get flashbacks when
Doesn't
things
matter.
were nice in a suburban home with your wife and
I don't give a
daughter.
fuck. Nope.
They didn't do any of that. It was just like, no, this is you.
There's a
This is you now.
giant horned demon
Yeah.
who's red and throwing green shit at you,
Yep.
and you need to figure out which weapon combination is going to kill him the fastest.
You don't got
before he
time
fucks your shit.
to run around and like lollygag. I mean, you kind of do in a way to find those Easter eggs, but aside from that, it's not worried about the past. It's not worried about the future. It's like right now. You have
Just
to do
fucking
this
kill.
right now.
Yeah.
Just go.
It's great. Doom is a good fucking game. Why don't you like the multiplayer? I know you're like
So-
burning to say it.
No. It's one of those things where you just kind of hinted at. You don't play many first-person shooters.
Yeah.
That's kind of like my go-to. I've
Yeah.
mentioned before. I don't really play Call of Duty as much anymore, but I'll try to dabble if I get my hands on one.
Sure.
I've played Battlefield 1 lately, Titanfall 2, going back to last year, Battlefield, I play all types of first-person shooters.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's one of those things where the multiplayer doesn't grab me within the first 2 hours, I don't got time for you anymore. I played his fair share of that Doom multiplayer, that hour and a half. It just felt generic. I didn't feel like it did anything too different.
Yes.
It was that arena shooter, but you have to remember that arena shooter, this came out around the same time, or at least I got it around the same time that Overwatch came out. And that arena shooter
I did too.
aspect was, I'd rather go play Overwatch
Sure.
than do multiplayer.
Yeah,
I'm
I
the
don't
exact opposite.
really. Yeah. See, I don't think that for me it's the.
I mean, I haven't tried to do multiplayer, but I feel like I would enjoy it more than Overwatch.
This felt more like Unreal Tournament to me.
And that's what I love.
Yeah, and like I kind of like. I don't believe that Doom multiplayer is the be all end all for anyone.
Oh no.
But like,
I think it's like a side dish to the meal.
yeah, and I'm like real happy about that side dish. It's good, and they keep adding more to it, from what I understand.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of things pop up.
I played through. They have something called I don't remember. They have some cute little name, not cute, but whatever. It's something, but they have like a classic map mode. So you basically
Snap map or whatever?
Snap map. That's what it
Yeah,
was.
I was curious to try that
I played through
because you can have a friend with you and you
I
can.
think
make,
so. Yeah.
See, I didn't play through that part.
I went through. It's the original level of Doom with the original music and everything, except you're actually fighting the monsters from this game instead of like the old whatever.
Oh, the unlockable maps that you kind of sort of
that.
find in the... Oh, yeah,
No,
no,
the one
those
that-
I've done.
No, what
I
I'm
know what
thinking
you're talking
of,
about.
Yeah, what I'm thinking of is you create your own map.
Yeah, and that's all in the snap map thing.
Oh.
But, like, I just
okay.
played one that was like pre-created of the
okay.
whatever.
That's
Got it.
cool.
Yeah, Doom.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the guy, like, kind of tearing it apart, but I loved every second of it that I played. A little disappointed at the difficulty of the last level as opposed to the second to last level.
Yes.
But
That tends to be par for the course, I feel like, with a lot of games.
Yeah.
Like, where you're, like, fucking done, and you're like, God, how am I going to do this? How am I... And then it's
I'm
like,
just curious,
what's
what
this?
level did you play it on? What difficulty level?
Ultra Nightmare? Is that what it is?
You
No,
play on the
no,
toughest?
no, wait, not an Ultra Nightmare.
I'm gonna
Hurt Me
say,
Plenty.
That's the one I played it on. I just
What
played,
is that? Is that
that's,
normal?
I think that's
or-
like the normal
The
one.
default one, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I was going to bump it up to Nightmare.
So I kept playing that demo. Like, I got so hooked to that demo. I
Yeah,
kept
yeah,
playing it. And I played it on the... After I played through it a couple times, I was like, I feel like I'm getting the hang of this. And I bumped it up, and I just got fucking slaughtered. I was like, we're going to play through the main game on this one once I get it. And then I'll work my way once I get better at maneuvering these maps.
I think I'm going to go back and play through. I think there's a...
Can you keep all your stuff?
I think there is a new... You can...
Like a new game plus?
Well, like the arcade mode allows you to just jump into any level and replay it with whatever you've got. Okay. So
I don't
can
think
do
you
that.
can do plus it. I think you get mission select, but you're stuck on that difficulty.
Gotcha.
Right. Yeah. Which I'm going to replay through them anyway, just because they do feel very arcadey. And I want to complete some of the missions and like finish leveling up some of my weapons. Because every weapon you get has two, most weapons. Almost all the weapons.
Yeah, like the main
Besides
and
the
the
pistol.
alternative shots.
Yeah, you have your regular shot. Well, the super shotgun only has one. Or it doesn't even have...
True,
it's just,
yeah. I really don't use it that much.
But they basically have two little things. Like, so for example, the shotgun has the like not an RPG, but
It's like a grenade launcher.
like a grenade launcher,
Yeah, it's like
as well as,
explosive.
and then there's a charge shot, and then each of those you can upgrade like 3 different times, and then there's like a full mastery of that level or of that weapon, by doing a certain thing. Mitomo, the fuck.
Yeah, the weapon upgrades, the first 3 are by points you earn through either exploring the level, the amount of things you kill in a level, secrets you find, stuff like that. And then the last part of that is how you use that gun. It forces you to use that gun in a certain way to get that last upgrade, which I find pretty cool.
It was cool. They're good little challenges, and like it added something extra to me getting through the end of the game, because it does feel a little samey after a while, because it is very arcadey. Not that it gets bad or boring, but it is
like
just
like I'm okay with that.
Shoot,
as long as
kill,
it's
kill.
done well, like I'm okay with the
It is, but even still with the repetitive, like after you die a few times in something, you're like, fuck. But I got to a point where like dying was okay because your counter didn't reset for how many kills you had to get.
Correct.
Like, it was like, cool, get 50 headshots with this thing using the scope or whatever. And yeah, you do a couple of those and then die, and you're like, fuck, well, all right, I got 5 last time, so I can get those 5 again right now and then see how much further I can get. And by the end, I think I mastered like half of the weapons or just over that. So
That's cool.
When I jump back in, I can go do a little bit more.
I think they were very creative with the rooms too, or the areas, whatever you want to call them, with the the types of monsters they threw at you at the same time.
Yeah,
It got real unique at the end once all the different monsters got thrown into it.
those weird like Gorilla Grodd motherfuckers.
Oh, they were the least of my problem towards the end of the game.
I realized you just gotta shoot them in the fucking mouth, and they're
I mean,
It took
that's
me,
just way of life.
It was the second to last level, and I realized those things that charge you, the ones that turn invisible at the end, you had to shoot them in the back.
oh yeah,
If you shoot them in the
yeah.
back, like I did not realize that at like the second to last level.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like struggling this entire time, like they're 2 at a time, like fuck, and I just keep dying, and
you
here
let
it
them
is.
charge.
I find out at the very end, like
You jump
God
out of the
damn it.
way, let him slam into the wall, and then shoot him in his
Yep.
stupid dinosaur tail.
And that was another thing the game did. It was like classic Mario all over again. It teaches you by how you die or how you go into the game. It
This
didn't
is so
tell
good.
you. The only thing it told you was every time you died, pretty much, at least for me, every hint I got was, well, you better keep moving or you're going to die.
Yep.
I feel like that's the only hint I got the entire time.
Doom is a fucking good video game.
It is.
It is a
I
good
agree.
video game.
Definitely on the short list.
Yeah. What else we play?
Hockey.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Leaguing it up?
Yep. Division 1 champions now twice.
Woo!
We're waiting for the playoff window to roll around, so we become the Elite Cup champions. But yeah, we kick ass. Little drama on the team, but we're not going to get into that on the podcast.
All right.
Oh, we recruited defensemen.
Sure.
I'm a defenseman, so the other defenseman will be paired up with me. And it's kind of...
So how does this... Yeah, because this is the part...
Okay.
When I play hockey, when I play any of the NHL games, it's always just couch...
Yeah, 1v1.
Right? And you're just hanging out and you're controlling the whole team. But you're actually like, this is me, this is my position.
Yeah, you're player locked. You're locked to a
it's-
position. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, and then it's like a club-based like system where you can do up to 6v6. Now,
Okay.
our team, we usually play with 4s or 5s, just depending on who's on that night or whatever. Our team struggled with finding me a defensive pairman. Because I'm usually the lefty of the team. And usually I have the computer next to me, which is fine. I'm just kind of used to it at this point. The computer sucks ass, but I know how to cover for him at this point.
Sure.
So we kind of sort of maybe found someone for me. However, it's not working out. Our chemistry's not very good together. He's making silly mistakes, and I need to cover him. It's taking me out of my position where I should be, and goals are just going in different ways than they should be right now, and more of them. I want to say our goal against average kind of went up from like 1 or 2 to like maybe 3 now,
He just sits there in
He
the
doesn't
rink,
sit there.
drawing pictures with his dumb ice
he
skate.
doesn't sit there. And at first,
Did you join his team?
I'm the mascot.
At first, I thought it was maybe I'm just not used to having him on the like not having a human defender, and I was accounting for the computer. But then now that I'm playing with him for a couple of games, I realized like he's not doing some things that I think he should be doing, and
You gotta let him know.
so we We tried doing this feedback conversations, and they're not quite working.
No,
So
and you can make your own player, right?
This is not like WWE customization levels, but yeah, you can
Okay.
you can.
So I was gonna say I would
Like
make
the faces are pre-created, the hairstyles are pre-created. You can't get into it.
you
but-
can have like a cool mask.
No, unless
my
you're
God.
like if you're a goalie, you can probably get a cool mask. But
I would make Casey Jones. in a
Now I do
heartbeat.
have a really cool tape job on my stick. I got this like candy corn spiral going down the stick to like the shaft of it, and it's neon pink.
Ooh.
And I play as a lady as well.
Ah.
See, the cool thing about the lady is I can't get into fights if I get hit with someone, or if I hit someone. Because sometimes if you hit someone, you get drawn into a fight because you can't, be
Sure.
throwing your weight around like that without any consequences. However, because of regulations from EA, I guess, as a lady, you can't get into fights.
When did they add ladies into NHL?
It was in the PS3 era. I want to say it was
Really?
Which one was it?
Because
I
I
want to say it was
remember
like 13 or 14.
I can just picture somebody just being like, "Oh, well, that's not fair."
Actually,
No,
there's a cool story behind that. Some girl like kind of just like wrote into EA
Yeah.
for like the Be a Pro mode. She was like, "Why can't I be a girl?" And EA couldn't come up with a good reason for it, so they created a girl model.
But now it's like, why can't I get in the fights?
Oh well, no, that's the reason why I am a girl, so I can't get into fights, so I can
Yeah.
hit someone real hard, injure them, and not pay any
It's
consequences
just
for
odd.
it.
It's just odd that that's a thing.
I guess because that would very quickly turn into, especially the fact that you can very easily just press a button and send it off to YouTube. How many kids? I mean, did you see the Watch Dogs thing this week? Like,
No,
well,
I don't watch Watch Dogs.
Oh yeah,
yeah. No, it'd very easily turn into just YouTube videos of people beating up women in NHL. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna say no, just make her like a Chun-Li character. Like,
No, I know. Like, you could
spinning
totally,
bird kick with blades.
you could totally do it super whatever, and it'd be fine. It'd be funny and comical,
Right,
whatever.
yeah, but there's always those people. And
Just
I
to
mean,
see,
it's a lot
because
better.
you can make a tiny little girl with a giant man and just have her beat the fuck out of him like Jack and the Beanstalk. But
It's not one. It's like just like the WWE games, where it's like you can't have a man versus a woman either in those games.
Right.
It's very well disguised. It doesn't say like, oh, you can't do that. It's just like you notice you can't fight anyone if you go trying to fight someone. And
Right,
it's
right,
like, oh, I bet that's the reason why.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
So,
that makes sense.
but yeah, our teams kick ass. We're gonna win the Elite Cup when that window rolls around, and yeah.
that's super cool. So do you do like practices and stuff? Like,
Nope.
just go for it.
I've been playing with these guys for like a year and a half now, so our chemistry. Well, even when I first joined with these guys, we really didn't practice. We just kind of went with it. But yeah, we don't even. We just want to play NHL. We hop on. We're in our league games right away. No warm ups, nothing.
Huh.
And our chemistry is very good. Like we go in, we know where each other's going to be at.
How'd you
Blah,
meet?
blah, blah. Reddit,
No shit.
EASHL subreddit. There's
That's
always
so fucking cool.
There's always like club pickup things, and when I made the move from PS3 to PS4, I needed a new squad, and
Yeah.
I found these guys. Yeah, they're like my Canadian bros.
That's super dope.
2 are like from like the Toronto area, and 1's from like more like the Edmonton area. It's pretty awesome.
That's really rad. Really rad. Cool. Mark?
But yeah,
What?
I.
Oh, you want to know what I've been playing?
Oh yeah, that part.
Oh, right, that thing. Not too much, but they're all interesting. Especially my last one. First one I'll just get out of the way because it's kind of chunky. Very, very weird, under the radar 3DS game. Came out of nowhere.
Did Undertale come to 3DS?
Oh, well, I gotta go. Bye. No, it's Sega has a JRPG called Seventh Dragon 3, subtitle VFD. And you're writing the trademark, yes.
you say code VFD?
It's just VFD. Seventh Dragon, Roman numeral 3, : Yep, that's it.
Great.
How'd you find this one?
I was on Tiny Cartridge,
I love them.
and they were talking about it, and I was like, what is this? This came out in July? And I was like, I'd never heard of this. Apparently, this is the first in the series that made stateside. The first 2, I think, were on PSP.
Okay.
And if you're familiar with any like Sega like RPG games, like, huh?
I just tried to Sega. Sorry. I can't. It's instinctual.
Yeah.
You know, they fucking burned it into my brain at a young age.
Like, if you ever played Phantasy Star Online, you know how like you can, when you're making a character, you can pick your race and then you pick your class. So anybody can essentially be anything to a point, besides like the Newmans and robots probably. But yeah, so this game kind of does that, where like you pick like there's like two versions of each character, like designs, and then once you pick that character, there's 3 color palettes to choose from.
Okay.
So you can't really customize like fully detailed. You just pick one, whatever looks cool.
Yeah.
And so I picked whoever like looked closest to me, whatever. But the story is that there is this company that fronts as a game company called Noddens, like Nodens, and it's written like Nintendo, like the typeface on it.
Are you sure this isn't Hyperdimension Neptunia?
Yeah. Well, they run this virtual reality simulator.
Yeah.
Where like you go in like a capsule essentially, and you are fighting like you're fighting these dragons, but like it has like a very like sci-fi cyberpunk feel, like anime cyberpunk feel to it when you're doing all of this. So it's like everything looks kind of dystopian, but there's like flowers growing everywhere and a lot of like digital pixel like stuff happening. It's very colorful game. A lot of purples and oranges.
Yeah.
And so you go to enter it, and turns out you're the best. You know, you actually defeated this dragon. And so this company, what they really do is they're trying to find people to actually slay the 7 dragons within this world so humanity can survive. Because the events from the last game triggered that.
Oh, got it.
So, you know, you had the potential, then you make a party, and you can just keep making people, like, from scratch. And if you don't like them, want to make someone different, you can transfer the experience from them and put into a new character, so you don't have to grind.
Oh, that's really neat.
Right. So I made my 2 friends, Joe and Charlie.
Yeah.
Because like the classes, they're not like traditional stuff. So it's like my class is a god hand. So I'm a brawler, like melee fists, but I'm also a healer.
Sounds like Mark.
So
I like to beat up people in alleys, but I'm a sweetheart.
yeah.
And of course,
I don't want to kill
Where did
him.
that accent come from?
that's just Mark's alley rat accent.
Essentially that.
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
And then my friend Joe, I made him an agent, which is they use guns, but they can also hack the enemies.
Okay.
So like these like virtual little keyboards pop up. He can actually like take control over them for a second, and he can actually make them like attack each other and all this kind of stuff.
Okay, so it's like the calculator.
Yeah. And then my friend Charlie, I made him the duelist. You have a deck of cards.
Fuck.
And you can summon monsters to do magic for you.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
But it's just like ice, lightning, and fire. And then with the different combinations, you can set up traps. You can change the field. So it has, it's. Then I figured, he's all about
This game
Magic the Gathering. So I made him like that.
Fuck.
It's really cool. Like,
and you showed me a couple of things, like screenshots and stuff. Like,
oh yeah, there's time traveling.
Yeah,
too.
and it looks like they really pulled like from their Sega influence. Like the one dude looks straight up like Jet Set dude.
Yeah, that's my character.
Yeah.
Because he has like the long hair and like he's wearing a beanie, but like his shirt is the symbol from Jet Set Radio Future.
Yeah,
so
and I feel like
there's like little nods.
Did they pull like any other you could pick up, like any Space Channel 5? Any?
There might be like a color palette for a character that might have those colors that like Ooh La La has.
Yeah, because there were like a lot like when I played through Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed, where I was just like, this is a fucking Sega property. Like I had no idea that any of these things existed, and you go back and you look at, oh yeah, right, because I never had a Dreamcast.
Right, and like what's cool about it was like, from screenshots, I didn't know what the battle system was like because like I thought you couldn't see yourself. You don't see yourself technically.
Sure.
When the enemies attack you, but when you do stuff, you see your little 3D model pop up and
got it.
They'll do their thing. So yeah, that's basically that. I think I have about like 5-6 hours into it.
Yeah.
First 2 or 3 were just making a party and like getting all that crap out of the way.
You're not typically a JRPG dude.
I am. I just don't play many of them.
That's what I mean. Like they're for
I
you.
I don't hate them because the only other one that I really own is Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth.
Yeah, but I feel like a typical typical Mark, like this is what Mark's gonna play. I don't mean
Yeah.
this in like like how we make jokes about Mark games, but I mean like you are traditionally like
I like the more like get to the point, like more
go
like action
a
oriented.
WarioWare. Like WarioWare is the quintessential like Mark video game experience. Just like
Love
let me
those
get in
games.
and do these little things and then get the fuck out. Like
Right, like I don't really care for like over like long stories
Yeah.
or whatever. I just want to get right to the point to the
let's
gameplay.
just go, let's do it, whatever.
yeah,
and,
like, short attention span.
Yeah.
But this is a very simple story.
But that's what I mean. Like it's interesting to hear a JRPG that's grabbed your interest.
It's so many things in one, and it's so unique. It's weird. It's like you have your fantasy, you have your dystopian, you have your sci-fi. It's like it blends together really
It's funny
well.
too because like you sent me the picture of, I don't know, you sent me something and I was like, what the fuck? And then like
video.
then you kept going and like it just kept building and building and building. And
Because
then
on the
like,
website you can look at all the characters.
and then like a day later it was like, well, it's here. And then it was
I
like,
bought it. As soon as I looked into it, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy this.
Yep.
I'm intrigued.
and then it just kept going and I was like, oh fuck, cool.
Yeah, it was weird.
7th.
7th Dragon 3
All right.
VFD, because VFD, that's the 7th dragon. He's the final dragon. That
Is
you have to-
is VFD very Final Dragon? Is that what it stands for? Or
believe it or not, it was actually something like that. I remember they explained it. They did. It's a very like it's an anime as hell game.
that's
But,
cool. That's
like,
cool as fuck.
I like it.
Yeah.
So the rest I won't take that long to explain.
No, I like that one a lot. I think.
Yeah, it was weird. It's definitely a little hidden gem.
Did that come out this year?
Yeah, July.
Interesting.
It's just weird that like I didn't really hear anything about it. But when I ordered it, it wasn't
Yeah.
like a normal 3DS size case. It was like a normal like Wii looking
No
shape
way.
case
Damn.
because it came with an art book.
That's
That's
neat.
cool.
Who well, Sega published it, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Because it wasn't like a it wasn't a thing, right?
Thing.
I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I don't know either.
All we know is it's not Konami because Konami wouldn't have published anything. So good on Sega.
Yeah, you would have received a picture of just a middle finger.
But yeah, that's cool. If anybody's curious,
That's cool.
I would check out the website.
I like that I have trouble getting to JRPGs, but I think that like that cyberpunk style speaks
Yeah.
to me. I think that's why I like Deus Ex so much.
Yeah.
Like, this one's very stylish.
So I think that actually might appeal to me.
That
as
might-
someone who's getting a 3DS soon.
Yeah, like that would
Yeah,
like, that
dude.
would that'd be the word to describe the game. Is stylish.
Yeah.
Cool.
Um,
Are you getting that Black Friday 3DS?
I don't know. I'm at the point now where I'm not going to be the one to buy it.
It's $100.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm going to get it. I'm
Yeah.
just not going to be the one to buy it, unless it's after December 25th.
gift.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know Santa Claus is bringing it, but I mean, are you gonna buy it for Santa this Friday? That way, you get one of those Black Friday editions for $100 and save Santa Claus
It's going
some
to be.
cheese.
I don't handwrite my Christmas list because I have terrible handwriting. I'm going to type it on my Christmas list, and then it goes to the wild after that.
Sends it to
And whenever I get received,
Santa.Claus.
I'm just thinking, is there some sort of like reimbursement program that Santa's set up where
Nope.
you can say, "Hey, this is a thing that I want for Christmas, but to save you money and headache, I went ahead and picked it up for myself."
no, there's no. Actually, if anything,
No, it's
people
more
would get
like-
mad at me for doing that. So,
All right, that's
there's
fair.
a whole other story with that. That's
All right.
that's another podcast
That's
in
fair.
itself.
All right,
So I played a teeny bit of PlayStation VR again,
yeah.
All right.
but this time it was only for like one little experience.
What'd you play?
Ready for this? You think you would never hear this come out of my mouth? Call of Duty Infinite Warfare VR experience.
I didn't even know there was a VR experience for it.
You're basically riding this aircraft called the Jackal.
A jackal.
Yeah.
All right, let me aboard the jackal.
It was pretty cool.
Tell me about the jackal.
Well, boosting and braking, you control physics, the laws of physics. I mean, you're in space. It's a space shooter. I feel like this is what Star Fox Zero should have been, in my opinion. Because like you can just look around and see everything, and like the way you like rotate, you can stay upside down the whole time. You just fly around and shoot shit.
Huh.
Like locking on the ships with like enemy ships and missiles going everywhere while using a machine gun at the same time. Just like it was a really cool dogfight. It was just a short little like 15-minute game, but like being able just to look around and like see yourself and like
Beating the-
because like the left stick you actually can only go back and forth for the boost and slow down. You actually see your arm grab the switch I mean, yeah, and like the lever, and then the other side is you.
It's
turn,
not a
like, steering
floating
and everything.
hand or a fucking gauntlet. It's an arm.
You know, you see your shoulders. You can look down and see your chest and your legs. You have
Thank
you have
God.
little short, stubby legs, so it's
that's
just weird. But
Oh, well.
I was like, oh, I guess I'm a Star Fox character.
Perspective.
Yeah.
Mm.
But no, like I enjoyed it.
Neat. I played Star Fox Zero this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember? So I texted Mark and I was like,
I advised you. You're like, why shouldn't I do this again?
because I knew there was a reason. I knew Mark would talk sense back into me because I was
And
about
then you
to
were
just
like,
go
thanks.
buy it. Yeah, and I
Like-
did. I was like,
But also, fuck you.
no, it was thanks. But at that point, I was already downloading the demo to my Wii U
Why?
because I was about to just
Why
buy
would you
it.
ask?
Because I was about to buy it. I was about to just say, Bleh.
Oh,
And do it.
wait, you
Did
said,
a
you said demo.
You
Yeah,
said
yeah,
demo.
demo.
I
Hopefully
forgot
that
there
didn't
was a
cost money.
demo.
Me too. So I played demo, huh?
So no, hopefully they don't cost money. Demos.
No, free
Okay.
demo.
Oh, so you didn't buy it? Okay.
No.
Okay.
At
See,
least not yet.
you
That's the
said demo,
story.
but I just registered as. It doesn't matter. He's playing the game. It's permanent damage.
Well, it could be another way.
I kind of feel about Star Fox the way that I felt about Doom.
Yeah.
Like it just is what it is, and it's good at being what it is.
Yeah. I mean,
I
know it's not like I know it's not a bad game,
No, I know,
but
that.
it's not an original game.
I know. Mark wanted something transformative and new.
We all
that
wanted
thing.
something. We didn't want a retcon again.
You're right, but then it was kind of just like when I played it, I was like,
So that taste is still in my mouth, I guess.
right, I get that.
But I knew from a gameplay perspective, it looked decent.
But at the
like,
same time, like I don't know, like you go and you
I saw the final boss fight, and I just was turned away by it.
well because it's probably exactly who we all expect it to be, right? And then
But not the way you expect it to.
well, it never is, but you always expect. But what? But I mean, same thing.
It's
like,
very gimmicky.
But if you went to McDonald's and you're like, these fries taste the same except they're just shinier, like you wouldn't be pissed. They taste the same like this. Like that's how McDonald's fries taste. They just taste like McDonald's fries. You bite into one of their double cheeseburgers, it's got the right combination of mustard and that right ketchup of taste. Ketchup of taste. There's pickles just smacked right dab in the middle with those little tiny
Oh,
onions.
thank you.
That's the way it tastes.
Ugh.
It just because they changed the wrapper doesn't mean it's not McDonald's and that you hate it all of a sudden.
Well, I never liked pickles or onions.
For fuck's sake, Mark. So to me, like I feel like it's a good.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, like if you can look past, the.
Like I know it is trite and it's repetitive. It's the same thing it's been for 20 years, but
But I know you've also been hungry just to play Star Fox 64. So
Yeah.
I think you're just scratching that itch.
I think that's what it is. And just running around doing a training demo, like that sufficed everything. I didn't need to
Yeah.
do anything else. I'm not going to buy that game. I mean, I might if it's free, but
They try to give it more of a story, and like I applaud them for that. But
that's fine. But it was fun playing around. Like I did the training stuff, flying around in the R-wing, running around with a little thing.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever they call it, crab walker,
The chicken walker thing.
chicken walker, chicken legs, old dirty legs, old chicken man. What is it? Popeyes?
Something.
Sure, the Colonel,
Colonel.
that guy. It was a fun little game, but that was it. I'll just play Star Fox 64 on my 3DS. Yeah, I don't know. What was the other one with
The one
I
on
don't know.
GameCube's good
I never played it.
because you can actually get out of the ship,
Yeah,
and it becomes the.
this was cool. I just
But that's Namco.
yeah. I don't know.
From what you're saying about the experience, that's kind of what I hope they do with Star Wars Battlefront when they release that VR mission.
Oh,
The little X-wing.
Oh yeah,
I hope it, a little bit longer than 15 minutes, of course, but that sounds exactly what I want in my little
Yeah,
experience.
it was cool. I mean,
if I
me
ever get
playing
around
it,
to
if it didn't say Call of Duty, I mean, like when you play it, it doesn't feel like a Call of Duty game
Sure.
It's awesome. It's probably good.
because
I don't know.
you're in space, like shooting other like, ships. Like I don't. To me, that's not Call of Duty. Like that's more like Halo or something.
Yeah, that's rad.
Yeah, and then you ready for this one?
But you already said Call of Duty.
No, this is like this is here. This was probably game of the weekend for me. Genital jousting.
Oh my god.
I can't even Google
We're gonna take
that
a break.
one without.
We're gonna take a break. We'll be right back. What the fuck is genital jousting?
Exactly.
I don't even want to Google this
Aside from a pun, you know what? Don't Google it. I'll Bing it. What?
It is the gayest thing I have ever played. And I mean that in every way possible.
I get it. All right.
You're literally just a bunch of dicks.
All right.
And all you need is the left joystick, and uses a bunch of little mini games where it involves so like the balls of the dick in between there's like a little butthole that it has.
Yeah.
And you can just butt fuck each other.
All right.
And that can, make or break the game.
Okay.
Depending on what it is. And
Matt's done at this point.
You
Matt
can wear silly little costumes.
Of course you can.
Bunch of little mini games. You can do sports. You can race
get
each
dick
other.
hats?
Huh?
You can get dick hats?
I mean, it's a whole. Like, you can have a little shirt, little top.
Dick fits?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
And one of my favorite games I think was instead of going forward with the head, you actually have to use your back end and put one half of a dildo in you, and the other person has to get the other half, and you have to stay in that for a certain amount of time to get the points.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like you can go luging. You can there's space
Luging.
race. Yeah. So all these
right.
little games after a while, you get unlockables, and that gets filled up by some liquid.
Oh.
And when it reaches little tiers, you unlock these things. It's either mini games or outfits. Games.
Tears, TEARS, that you cry when you play this, or
Tears of laughter. I'll tell you that much.
this is on 3DS.
This is Steam.
I know. I did not have to ask. I know where it is. It is not on 3DS.
This is Mac compatible.
Yeah. So
It's like $5. It's early access though, but it's.
I can't wait for the full game. So you
what
get all
more
the
is there to add? Like,
customization.
The sports one was funny because like just random sports balls fall, like a hockey puck, football, a turkey.
I'm in.
A sausage, a soccer ball, and you just get
Sausage, how ironic.
And if it's it goes up to 8 players.
Sure.
But
What?
we did
Crazy.
We were doing 4, so it was always 2 against 2.
Okay.
Just get the ball to the other side. You can do wrestling. You're in a ring. You just gotta knock them out of the ring.
Who needs WWE 2K16? You got
And you can wrestle with dicks.
Yes.
Oh man, I saw on
It was
Miitomo.
hilarious.
Like, I think one of the questions this week was like, "What are you most excited about?" or something, and Joe posted, like to.
Even for him, he was like, "This game is just too gay."
So, to be fair to Mark here, I started to Google search, and I'm not going to name the first 3 things that popped up, but the fourth
Is it
result is genital jousting. When I typed in the word genital,
I'm gonna read them: genital, and then genital warts, genital herpes, and genital jousting are the top 4 things.
So it's my
Google
Facebook, my
searched.
Twitter, my.
Well,
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's just stupid fun.
damn. Yeah, it sounds stupid.
Like if you're not a homophobe,
my
you
God.
just don't care. Like
Just go for it.
I mean,
look at this one with a little suit and tie. Like, I'm in.
Seriously, like you just play for like a couple
Look at that.
minutes.
There's a little blue. There's a red one with a blue suit and tie.
Okay, they're cute dicks. They're not like
No,
I was
yeah.
picturing like grotesque dicks, but these are like cartoon dicks.
Well,
That one has a pearl
Well,
necklace.
the mode that we were playing,
God damn it.
the mode that we were playing was party mode. They also have online multi-peen. And we were doing a traditional mode as well. Traditional mode is just who can
Oh my
get
God.
inside the other person the quickest. And between each round, like it keeps points and you keep getting longer. So it's just pretty much like what's that game? Snake.
Oh god.
It's kind of like
Yes.
that in a sense. So the more you win, the longer you get.
Without watching this video that I'm probably going to watch tonight now that I just found it, for those who like to watch YouTube channels, Achievement Hunter evidently did a Let's Play on genital jousting. You might want to look that up. It's a 26-minute long video I just found out, and I'm going to be watching that tonight.
I haven't laughed
'cause
so
I'm
much.
excited.
I haven't laughed so much in a game.
I was
probably
sold with the little
since,
suit. I was sold with the sports pucks and the suit.
Probably since
in.
Shower with Your Dad Simulator 2015. Do you still shower with your dad?
So okay, all right. Is this on your short list for the year?
Yeah.
All right. very
Game
good.
of the year.
Tune in next week when I figure out how I'm going to play this game.
Well, I think that
I'm in.
is a perfect transition for Fire Emblem Fates.
So that's what I've been gaying. What have
I played Fire Emblem Fates some more. When we last left, I was at a crossroads, as you know.
Oh right.
The
That Britney Spears movie.
right, exactly. You got it. So remember, if you didn't listen to last week, if you're just tuning in, Fire Emblem Fates is 2 games. Birthright and Conquest. Choose your fate. That was Mortal Kombat, you see. And basically what happens in the game is you are of one... But So you're born of the Hoshiden family. You were raised by the Nor family. The Hoshidans are very much like traditional, feudal, like samurai-looking motherfuckers. And then the Nor are rad as fuck, goth, Viking motherfuckers. And obviously, you know, the little goth girl inside of me wanted to go with Nor. Just duh.
Well, like a playoff of Noir.
See? But also, like I said to Mark last week, like if you're given, like if all you're told, and this is all I was told in terms of the marketing was, 2 families are at war. You're born of this blood, but raised by another. Who do you choose? Your blood or who raised you? And it was like, the people who fucking raised me. Why would I choose blood? I don't know those people. Like, yeah, I know I'm born of it, but that doesn't mean anything. Like, family's what you make it, not necessarily who your family really is. And then you start playing the game and you realize, like, how difficult the choice really is because there's...
Why am I here? Why did they adopt me?
Right. Because it's kind of like... Yeah, quote, adopt, stolen. You know what I mean? Like, there's all sorts of shit that's really... It's actually really, really complicated. So you get to a point where you have to make a decision on which side you choose. And I kind of was going to go the other way. And then went to go choose that option when I finally got into it. Turns out... You make the choice when you buy the fucking game. So I'm stuck with the path that I chose.
Really?
Yeah.
You can't choose?
Unless I read something wrong or clicked the wrong thing. No. It kind of hits a thing and it's like, hey, who do you choose? And the one says continue with this path and the other one says game data not available on this something. And it was like, oh, fuck, okay, this is the one I got to do then. Which is kind of fine because I ended up sticking with Nor. But you find out some fucked up shit, like...
You felt dirty, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, so, the king, a.k.a. my stolen dad, tried to kill me. He sent me off to go visit the Hoshiden family, but before I left, he gave me the sword to fight with. Guess what happened while I was visiting the Hoshidans? The fucking sword blew up. Killed some folks.
The sword was a bomb?
Yeah, he wanted me to die, and he didn't give a fuck. And then you kind of realize, dude stole me when I was a little baby just to raise me and send me back as a fucking bomb.
That is
right?
Messed up.
So, like, fuck this guy. And then I came back, and I was like, surprise, look who's alive, motherfucker. And he was like, I disown you. And I was like, what? No. But I chose this side. I can't go back to them now. And then everybody else in the family was like, no, it's cool. She's with us. And the king's just like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck her. And I was like, but... So then I had to go through some trial now. The king's like, the only way I'll accept you as my daughter is if you go through the woods alone and fight monsters. And
this is the Hoshiden?
No, this is the Nor.
So you have to, so you're trying to, gain their respect?
I guess.
Even though they just tried killing you?
Basically.
And you don't have a choice but
so
to
basically,
before I judge on motives here, I need to play the game, obviously.
Yeah. I know, and I'm doing a great job of describing the story. But when you go to make the choice, you're in the middle of the battlefield, and you just left the Hoshiden castle, and then you're meeting the Nor that you were raised with on the battlefield, and they're all very excited to see you again. They thought you were gone forever, and then you're like, there's my peeps, and the Hoshidans are like, but we haven't seen you in 20 years. Come back to us. And you're like, I'm going to go.
What is this, Lion King?
It's a little bit
kind
like Lion King. Yeah, a little bit.
Uncle's trying to kill you.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that.
Stampede.
Yeah, a singing rat. So, yeah, I don't know. So then you get back to your Norian castle, and the king's just kind of surprised to see you, but also just well, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Does
anybody else in that family know he was trying to do that to you?
All of them know that, and they're all on your side, but they can't go against the king. Because remember how stupid people were hundreds of years ago, where they the king's word is like all that stupid shit. Yeah, that kind of nonsense comes into play where they can't go against what he says.
Right.
So he basically like banishes you and says like the only way you're accepted into this family and not cast out to just die in the street is if you go through the woods alone and you can survive, you know, whatever. So I wander out into the forest by myself, but then right just in the nick of time when I run into some danger, my bilf shows up. Oh, you don't know the...
No, I think I do. I just don't know what the... Does the B stand for...
Butler.
Okay.
Yes, the butler I'd like to fuck. He comes wandering over, and he's like, Lady Corin, I'm here for you. I think, he's Jacob with a K. A J at the beginning, but a K in the middle.
Wait, so if you stretch it out, it's like J Cobb.
J Cobb.
Corin Cobb.
Right, exactly.
Corn Cobb, that's your couple name.
That's who we are, Corin Cobb. And Corin Jacob. That's what they call us. It's the tabloids. So he shows up and he's like, I couldn't let you go out on your own. Like, fuck the king. I snuck out. Let's party. And then you go through one battle, like one round, because Fire Emblem strategy, RPG, turn-based, but it's all moving on a checkerboard, right? So after one turn, then all of a sudden more figures come out of the woods and they're like, yo, fuck the king, we're here for you. And you're like, oh shit, all right, and they just keep coming in pairs and adding more to your squad. And you're like, all right, cool.
So you have your own little army.
Yeah, you kind of build your own little thing.
Like, oh, now we can.
Yeah, it's cool.
Is this decision thing like within like the first so many hour or two of the game, or is this like you're a couple hours in now with the decision or whatever?
It's pretty early. Like,
okay, all right. I'm like thinking like you did all this work and like the plot twist is you have to choose now and then like you can't do half the game because because
it's like
I get it. It makes a little bit more sense to me now than like the
it's
first
not that
hour.
severe of a spoiler because they kind of introduce you to like in the beginning like it's this is about families.
The whole and that's the whole
there's
marketing.
Gonna be a twist because it's Fire Emblem.
Yeah. But I think that there's a thing on Nintendo's or on the Fire Emblem website where you can kind of like run through it a little bit and that might give you some insight to decide beforehand, like which one you'd prefer. But honestly, like I kind of mentioned it last week, but these games do play differently. What is it? Like Conquest is more like a traditional Fire Emblem in terms of like difficulty and whatever. Birthright is a little more like Awakening, where it's not like lighter by any stretch of the way. It's still incredibly challenging, but it's just
streamlined a little bit more.
Kind of, in a way, yeah. Like it's not so obtuse. But yeah, I mean, I'm still playing this on like the casual mode where it's not permadeath. It's just like whatever.
Oh shit, that's permadeath.
Yeah. Like you can, if you play on like regular mode, like it is permadeath, whatever. If you fuck up, you're either moving forward or you're reloading a save. Which, yeah. It's neat. You have a little town you can build. In between, like you can build up little things and I don't know, level up.
Assassin's Creed 2, like.
But it's all so. I did this with Awakening, and I wasn't gonna do it this time, but just last night I was playing, and I was like, nope, doing it again. I turned off all of the CG cutscenes, so like all the battle animations that happen. So now whenever I do the battles, it's just top down on the grid, just 2D instead of the little battle animations because. I like the sprites way better than I like the things. I like the sprites and I love the like really, really.
Do they still have no feet?
They're little chubby little boys. Like they're just little tiny sprites. They're cute looking like that. But yeah, even in the 3D, like all of it's no feet. You know, because who needs feet?
That's true.
But the 3D animations are good. They're just like a little extra time. You know what I mean? Because it cuts. That to do the thing, and it's just meh.
I wish Final Fantasy had that option with summons.
Like,
all right, I get it. I get it, Odin. I get it.
Looking at you.
Yeah. But I really, really like Fire Emblem Fates too. It's fun.
Cool.
And just like, it's a good ass strategy RPG.
I do have a question for it.
Yeah.
Does it have online multi-peen?
Not yet.
Okay.
It does have some stuff though. Like, there's street pass features I haven't really run into yet, but stuff where like you're building your castle and street passing does something. I don't know. I haven't run into it yet.
Okay.
There's little things like that. I want to say there is some sort of multiplayer now that you bring it up, but I don't remember what it is.
You could probably like make a map or like verse each other or something. I don't know.
It's something like that. Have either of you played Fire Emblem? You played one of them.
Barely.
Oh.
I think I might have played a demo of Awakening.
Huh.
Yeah. That's all I've basically done.
Strategy RPG is not really my genre.
And I played a little bit of the Game Boy Advance one way back.
Just the regular Fire Emblem or Sacred Stones?
It might have been Sacred Stones because I wanted to play as Roy.
That makes sense.
But
Multiplayer.
yeah, like strategy, I never cared for in general, but I think I'm starting to appreciate it a little more now.
And I never did either. Like I always liked.
I just found it really boring. Like I don't like the idea of controlling like a giant army.
See, I was
So like
like
something like StarCraft.
I was gonna say, did you ever get into RTS stuff?
No, I just get turned off by it. I like the idea of focusing on one character who can take out an entire army, and that's why I love Dynasty Warriors.
Right. Okay.
And Dynasty Warriors does have a strategy mode with one of the. I think it's any of the Legends games.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, but yeah, like you can actually just like choose like what lands to take over and who you're fighting against or who's attacking you, who do you have to defend, whatever.
I think you'd like. I think you'd like any of them, but I think Awakening, I would jump in there.
Yeah, I thought about it.
Because it's essentially just a JRPG, but you're able to independently move your characters across a map.
Yeah, because I wanted to play the ones for GameCube and Wii.
Yeah.
For Ike, like his whole saga.
Yeah. It does have multiplayer. I just pulled it up. It's online or local. Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, you can do random battles.
Is like co-op or versing?
Versus. Just on the map. You just sort of go head-to-head and see who wins. Which I think would be fun as fuck. Because you can build up your character, build up your whatever. I think you can... There are 5 maps by default. Yeah, and then you have the My Castle section where you build up your own castle, and you can use that as a map too. So
cool.
But yeah, I'm gonna keep going through that, and then I don't know. Like I said before, we're getting close to Game of the Year stuff, so I'm kind of grinding through everything I haven't finished. I gotta go back and finish Hyper Light Drifter. What else came out that I haven't? I gotta play Uncharted 4.
Oh yeah, I gotta give you my copy.
Oh, and I started Skyward Sword.
Yeah. I remember you were talking to me about that a little bit.
Yeah, I did. Because I was sitting down to write some stuff for this month, and I was like, I don't care about Zelda right now. Not in like a whatever, but I just wasn't. And I knew that Thanksgiving week would be the week for that, just because Thanksgiving always reminds me of Zelda, because I've got, it just, something about those two things just click. And I was like, well, I got to just do it. Like, if I'm playing a Zelda, I'll obviously be into a Zelda. So I started Skyward Sword, and I'm through, like, the first temple.
All right.
I'm almost at the end of it.
Are you annoyed by your assist character?
Kinda, but not really. Like, she's fine.
Yeah.
She pops up when she needs to now. Like, occasionally it pops up, and I'm like, oh, fuck off. I know what I'm doing. Settle down. The annoying ones are, like, when she pops up, and you ignore her, and then you talk to somebody, and then it's like, you should listen to that blue thing that's hanging out with you. She knows a lot. And it's like, fuck you.
You should take a break.
Right. No, Skyward Sword's really cool. The tutorial was a little bit overwhelming. Because as soon as I started, I was like, wow, this sucks.
Yeah, I told you.
It was just like, is this Wii remote going to be on the screen the whole time? And like, just because the overlay, if you've not seen it, is really overbearing. It is like, you have so much crap on the screen, like taking away from how, because the game's really pretty, but there's so much crap that just distracts you from it. It's like, there is literally up the right half of the screen a Wii remote, just more than 2/3 of the right side of the screen. I might be exaggerating, but that's what it felt like. It was like just encroaching so badly. And it's a Wii remote overlay. Not even just a Wii remote. They had to put the stupid little condom drawing, because everybody had to have those stupid things. And yeah, it has that over there with all of the press A to do this.
I'm glad that it kind of does exist for the special edition Zelda Wii remote because the texture with that paint is so rough. It makes me cringe when I touch it. So like
scratch it off.
No, I can't. It's like something with my body and nerves and like touching like dry like cement type stuff. It just gives me goosebumps.
I get that. Okay.
It's weird.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
It's just the top half of it. Like the bottom half is smooth, but like the top half, it's like
that little, yeah.
It's like sandpaper.
But it's good. The one thing I was kind of worried about was just movement. I think I mentioned that before. Like I don't know what it was going to be like with dogs sitting on my lap. It kind of is, but I found it. I had to fight it a little bit. But again, I'm playing with Oswald on my lap, and I'm like barely swinging. But there were times where I was like, I need to cut these trees out of my way, so let me swing. And I'm like swinging right, or the ones that really got me were the plants that jump at you, that have either sideways mouths or upside right.
Tell you which way to cut, and sometimes they switch it.
Yeah, but I'd swipe left, and he would go like fucking diagonal. I'm like, no, Link, left, and then he'd switch at that point to go up and down. I'm like, fuck. But yeah, once you get out of the tutorial, you can turn it on professional HUD. It was like, all right, cool. I can see the screen now. I really did not like Skyloft. I don't like the birds. Pretty much anything above the clouds, I just don't give a shit about.
The Loftwing's okay.
It's fine.
I like it in the very beginning when Zelda's
when she just pushes you off.
No, like when Zelda's Loftwing spits out the little envelope at you when you wake up.
Yeah. It's a good opening.
I think you'll like the Loftwing a little later.
I don't like controlling it. I think that's why I don't like it. Because I don't like.
Maybe you might not like it a little later.
Yeah, you have to use the Wii remote, and like that's good. Because honestly, like, when the Wii came out in 2006, that was like the novel thing was obviously motion controls, and it was really, really exciting to finally have this new way to interact with games.
Yeah.
I know that it became what it became, and we kind of responded to it in a certain way, but it was really exciting. And then when we played Twilight Princess, it was kind of like, wouldn't it be cool if it was really precise? And then like they did that, and then we were like, now we're complaining about it, but it was a cool thing to add in there. It's fun. Like it's good to be back in a Zelda game. It's fun to play a Zelda game I haven't played before. I don't know.
They
found the pumpkin bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. Little bar shaped like a pumpkin. Go in. I bought some pumpkin soup from some guy. He pulled it out of his pockets, and then
did you
I forgot to drink it before it was.
Yeah, when it's spoiled.
Yeah.
Did you do something in the pub for everybody to look at you?
No.
You can. I think if you roll into to like a wall or something, I think you can break the chandelier.
That's what it was. Because there's some waitress, and she was like, "You see those things up there? Don't even think about getting those things." And I was like, "I'm gonna think about getting those things." And then I was like, "I'm dumb. I don't know how to get those things."
I'm not sure if you go all the way up to the top and jump across to get it.
I tried to do that. I couldn't do that.
Or like you run into something.
It sounds like you probably have to bash into the wall.
But then like everybody just like it's a little cutscene. Like everybody just looks at you and like you're like, oh no.
No, it's good. It has like a different level of humor to it, which is kind of odd. I like that.
Just more involvement with character.
Yeah, and it just didn't take itself so seriously. It was just like
not yet.
Yeah, I know we'll get there, but it was just I liked it. It was good.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going with it. We'll see where it takes me. With that, I say we take a little break. We'll come back. Got time for show and tell. We got some anniversaries to talk about. Other things to talk about. Sound good?
Sounds great.
No.
Oh, shit. All
Damn.
right. Well, we're going to keep going then. Mark said no.
Okay, fine.
Back to genital jousting it is.
Here we go.
Zip.
Oh. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Free Cheese 173. It's time for show and tell, kids. Show and tell, if you're unfamiliar, is where we find stuff that we want to talk about, and we bring it here to talk about it, have a conversation about it. Mark, what'd you find this week?
Just a couple things. Just recently, where was it? I guess somewhere in Europe, there was a Game Awards, Golden Joystick.
Award?
I don't know the proper name.
Whatever.
Yeah. The series producer and manager of the Zelda series, I'm gonna butcher his name.
Eiji
Aonuma.
Aonuma.
Numa yay. He won an award for I'm not sure if it was for Breath of the Wild or is it just for in general.
I thought it was just like lifetime achievement or something.
I think that might have been what it was. But he had like this whole speech, like a video that he was talking, and it was kind of lengthy, and I was actually impressed because he didn't take the credit. He was like, I can't take this. Like there was people before me who, you know, was working on this series. And like, so for people that don't know, he pretty much got his fame by Ocarina of Time. He designed the 3D puzzles in that essentially, and everything just lifted off from there. And that's
was
how
his directorial debut Majora? Or no, he didn't direct that one. That was Tezuka, right?
I'm not
now I'm
too
all fucked
certain.
up. I'll figure it out while you keep going.
Yeah. But he was like, you know, he was saying for behalf of like everybody that has worked on a Zelda game, like for this, you know, he accepts it for them. You know, he brought light on Shigeru Miyamoto, of course, because he, you know, is the father of that series.
No, he directed Majora's Mask. That was his first one.
He gave a little bit of like insight to like where he came from as like a game developer to now. Yeah, he was just by himself doing his own things, and then, you know, before working with Nintendo, and then when he worked with Nintendo, he, you know, people took his ideas and went with it and helped design his puzzles or whatever, and he was just, everything was new to him. So I guess it just meant a lot.
Yeah.
You know, he's you know, thankful for everybody. Like it was a very humble speech, and I was like, that's cool. You know, like he didn't have to do any of that. He just could have just like accepted it and whatever, like fuck off. But he didn't. So I was like, that's very Nintendo. I feel like everybody just has like a very humble attitude towards everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to see that, and you know, any medium at this point, because television, movies, they all have that. What's the word I'm looking for? Altair? What?
Auteur?
Auteur, that's it. Yeah. Everyone has that aspect of someone is solely responsible for something. Like I always think of like a Quentin Tarantino or Christopher Nolan in movies.
Right.
Meanwhile, the reason why those movies are so good is because they usually bring the same team from movie to movie or whatever.
Right. It's like everybody always gives the director praise, but like it's the director of photography who always does.
Like, how about the dude behind the camera that's
Exactly.
working in camera A and
getting
stuff
those
like that?
shots, especially the stunt ones.
Yeah.
Like stunt cameramen, like.
How about the stuntmen themselves?
Yeah, exactly.
Like buried deep in the credits. I know, I just pulled up, like, you know, everyone talks about Naughty Dog, especially, you kind of saw a little bit of Naughty Dog falling apart a little bit right before Uncharted 4 came out, or in the middle of that thing, but people always point at Bruce and Neil being solely responsible for The Last of Us and Uncharted 4 and Uncharted 2, because they were, that B team kind of worked on 2. And meanwhile, like, so many people worked on that game. Like, there's probably some dude that worked on Nathan Drake's hair. And he's solely responsible for Nathan Drake's hair.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see someone kind of recognize their team and the people. Like, he's surrounded by talent. It's not just him alone.
Yeah, his actual quote was, he says, "I'm glad, honored, and really humbled to be awarded the Golden Joysticks 2016 Lifetime Achievement Award. I say I'm humbled because when I heard about this award, I had to ask myself, am I qualified to be accepting this myself as an individual?
That right there.
When the award belongs to more to the Legend of Zelda series. With this understanding, I accept the award with pleasure on behalf of more than 1,000 creators, artists, engineers, and composers who have worked on the series for more than 30 years." So, yeah.
Just a lot of that. Like,
Yeah.
that was very selfless of him, and I admire that.
Yeah, I mean, like, somebody with an ego would come out and just be like, thanks, guys, couldn't have done it without,
Zelda's the best.
Yeah. See you next year for Breath of the Wild. Don't expect it too soon on the Switch.
He does kind of throw that in there like, hey, buy Breath of the Wild when it comes out, but that's just,
Yeah.
obligated probably to say that.
Yeah, the ghost of Yamauchi stabbing him in the back.
Yeah. I mean, in the end, it is a business. So that's pretty much for that part. Moving on to the next thing, that was just kind of interesting. Resident Evil 7 Collector's Edition was revealed.
What are you getting there?
So you get I have the list here.
Do you get a kitchen?
You actually get a 16 gigabyte USB memory stick in the shape of the infamous dummy finger from the demo.
That's so good. I've always wanted a 16 gigabyte dummy stick.
20th anniversary art book.
Maybe I can install Windows on that.
See? You do need an 8 gigabyte stick to install Windows too. Yeah.
You get 5 lithographs. You said something about a kitchen?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
How about a model replica of the Baker family house
Yes.
seen in the game, and as well as 3 alternate covers plus exclusive in-game DLC?
You get an actual model,
Yeah, I have a picture.
a physical model of the.
Boom!
I was hoping for a
What do
kitchen
you
knife
need
set.
that for? Why would you want that? Where are you gonna put that?
I don't know.
Next to your replica, the mansion for Resident Evil 1?
Does that exist?
That doesn't exist.
Oh, okay.
Maybe there's some little
Maybe it does, I'm not
neat
sure.
detail about it, like you
Even-
can see inside the house, or I don't know.
That's something that, like.
I would use that for like Halloween decorations or Christmas decorations. They have like the little houses that they like.
All right, that's fair.
Like,
Fine.
Or
That's
knick-knack
good.
if you were shooting a movie, you could use that as your prop and explode it.
Yeah.
There you go.
But here's the
It's good.
here's
All
here's here's a little twist. Ready for this?
Give me the plot twist.
It includes all that.
And
Not the game.
Not the game.
what the fuck? How much is this?
$2,000.
This sounds about right.
I don't know the price.
How?
I don't know if it's been updated since that. That was November 14th.
How do you put a game
was 6
collector's
days ago.
edition without the fucking game in there?
Something else did that recently.
I think it was in a Square Enix title.
Probably was.
It wasn't Konami because they don't really shit anymore.
It's probably like, hey, do you want? It's probably like $60 for the game, and it's probably like, I assume like 80 for that or a little more. Like
so just
100
put it
or
together in
120.
140. People would be happy. It's
I
fine.
have no idea.
Fucking ridiculous. This stuff grinds my gears.
But maybe
That's
so
stupid.
hold on, no, but that's the thing. Like, this is not necessarily a collector's edition. This is more like
I assumed the game was on that little USB stick.
no, but this is probably Nintendo Switch next
Are you
year.
kidding me? It probably has 40 gigabytes to install.
Unless the
No, but
game
this-
is like a download code and you don't get a physical disc.
I bet it's not even that. I bet I wonder if the media took hold of this and said, "Let's call this the collector's edition." Like, I don't know, but maybe
That's true.
right? Because this just sounds like merch for the game, which
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with. If you're buying a game,
I mean, you get
go
the
to
codes for DLC.
Sure. You go to Capcom's website, you could probably buy a Resident Evil 7 t-shirt. Right now, I can go to Square Enix's website and pay for a fucking Noctis figure if I want one, I guess.
Probably.
I don't know. That's odd.
I feel like there's info missing. I don't know why, but it's just what I feel.
Huh.
Like after reading all that.
Where did you pull that article from? If you don't mind me asking.
Um,
I'm just curious more at this point.
I don't know because I took a screenshot.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
But the person that wrote it is Michael Herodence.
Never heard of him.
Yeah. I'm hoping there was just a misinformation wrote in the article, or mistitled, or a misleading title of sorts. But if that is called the Resident Evil 7 Collector's Edition, and it does not have the game Resident Evil 7, that's stupid.
Yeah, it's okay. It is $80.
80.
The 2 different DLC content packs. One comes with 4 short side stories, and the other adds an additional episode to Resident Evil 7's main story. But the content in this, I'm reading from like GamerRant.com right now.
So I found Game Informer's article that says we've got conflicting. I've got a conflicting collector's edition here. Ready?
Okay.
This one comes with the actual game. Also includes the house, a tiny music box that plays "Go Tell Aunt Rhody," a cover that is the game's main theme.
Okay.
The house is 8 inches tall and includes flashing LED lights, but it comes with a dummy finger 4 gigabyte USB drive.
4 gigabyte.
4. That's a quarter of what you mentioned. And
Yours is probably the more concrete info.
this is an exclusive metal case that it comes inside of. A VHS tape box. Exclusive.
Wasn't the...
Lithograph and a creepy note.
Oh, creepy.
The whole thing retails for $179.99. Now, if you want to go to thefreecheese.com, you can go there, comment on this article. Just give me a comment, send me $1, and I'll give you a creepy note. You don't need to spend 179 of those dollars over on wherever you buy your video games.
It's
I
weird.
think the VHS thing's kind of cool because isn't that like the demo? Like he
Yeah.
was watching a VHS tape or something like that.
Yeah, there's.
I didn't play it, but
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
If anybody's familiar with JonTron, he just recently posted a video. It was like sponsored by Sony, but like he got to do the VR Resident Evil 7 demo, and that experience for him, they actually reenacted what was on the VHS, like the one, like the people exploring the house, and you're like the new guy, the new cameraman. They did that script between the two characters that were in the video.
Oh, that's cool.
Busted down the door, and you're like exploring, and then they put him in a room with the VR headset, and he starts playing the game, and then when he takes it off, he's surrounded by mannequins, and
Oh, fuck that. Nope.
That's out.
I mean, it wasn't actually like that. It was kind of cheesy, but it was cool.
I'm curious about how this game's gonna do.
Resident Evil 7? Yeah, I know, because it
It
feels
kinda-
like fake PT, but...
Like, I didn't like it at first. I'm kind of growing to liking it because like it's like, to me it's not Resident Evil from what I used to play, but now I'm trying to like rework it. Like it gives Resident a new meaning. Like actually like people
Yeah.
who live in a house, you know what I mean? Like that type of resident, and they're evil because they don't really fucking die.
yeah.
You know, so it's like there's something about that in that family, so it kind of gives it a new meaning other than just like a biohazard.
It's just that title has 7 on the end of it. They didn't drop
Yeah.
the 7. They
Right.
put 7
So-
there, and it's actually very well highlighted. So I just don't
And-
know what they're gonna do.
I mean, there was still a connection to Umbrella, like
Sure.
duh, you know.
Yeah.
So,
But it
yeah,
seems like
I'm
a
curious.
and like, so Tyler sent me an article about the new Resident Evil monster that was shown off.
Oh yeah, so on their YouTube channel,
Yeah.
they were showing all these like little features in like the full game. It looks like,
Right.
and it looks a lot better than what we see in the demo.
Yeah, and then
And like it looked better polished, and they did show a creature. I forgot what it was though.
yeah, I read through this article he
Nemesis?
sent me.
It looked like some kind of tyrant.
well, that's
it-
good. That's like classic Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Tyrant.
So yeah, there are other creatures. It's not
It's
just
this
this.
fucking like gross thing that has like Godzilla's scales, and just his face is, instead of a face, it's just teeth.
That makes me happy because I thought it was going to be just that like Texas Chainsaw Family, and I'm glad it goes beyond that. Like I hope the family is just the surface, and then once
Yeah.
you start digging deeper,
Yeah, like Resident Evil 4, you kept seeing the promotion
Right.
for the villagers, and then like
and then you found
it turns nighttime and
then you
shit
found
really
the,
hits the fan.
Yeah, you found the regenerators and all
Oh
that.
god, that was so good.
But he,
So like I'm looking more and more forward to it.
yeah, and Tyler's a big survival horror dude. And
Kindred Spirit.
yeah, and he said it looks like they're changing pace / direction again. I'm disoriented and I like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
They're being like, even though they're showing off quite a few things, I think they're still being vague
Yeah,
at the same time, and I
That's
like
good.
that. Yeah.
January, right?
January.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or early next year, though.
All I know is that Persona
least.
5 got delayed to April,
Oh yeah.
but I'm okay with that.
Do you think
because-
Capcom just delayed it to January before they even announced it? Like they were like, we know it's going to be then anyway, so let's just put it in January.
At this point with release dates, whatever they say, I just add 3 months to it. At this
I would
point.
love to play that in VR. Oh my god, so much. Like
5?
no, I'm sorry. Resident Evil 7.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I would love to
okay.
play
I was
Resident
gonna
Evil
say,
VR, like
how
VR
long
only. I
Resident
don't want to
Evil
play it
5
any other way.
So you're gonna buy a VR for this?
Eventually, I would just for that game.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hey, it's 2016 is the year that we're living in right now.
Is it?
Yep.
Nice.
Where were you 10 years ago?
2006.
I graduated high school.
Okay.
I think I was just starting high school.
Okay.
Was I? Yeah, I was in high school.
I remember. So around this time,
Yeah.
I was in line at Walmart.
On the 20th?
No, I don't know. I don't know the day.
I know.
I don't know the day. You know the day.
I know. So the 10 years ago was when the Wii came out. And just 2 days before that, the PS3 came out. So,
Right. Oh my god.
I know.
I remember all the videos of people getting it
yeah.
and everyone waiting in line, watching them smash it.
Oh, that was the fucking worst thing in the world.
Trolls, like
Did you guys get a PS3 day one?
no. Didn't like people die?
People were stabbed, robbed,
I remember.
etc.
Yeah, like
And that's what fucked it up a couple of days later when I was getting the Wii. But
yeah, I have a very weird story for that. Well, not
I'm
weird,
yeah.
but like it relates to that.
I had a friend in high school who got his PS3. So we went to we went to Best Buy for the Wii, but he went to the same Best Buy a couple nights before for PS3. So the way the Best Buy works at this one is you kind of, and you guys are familiar with this one, but listeners might not know, you come in from the main road, you make a left into the parking lot where the Best Buy is, and the Best Buy itself sits very, very close to a big-ass highway. Mm-hmm. But then the rest of it is just a big strip mall. There's a, Dick's Sporting Goods and a Target and whatever else.
Party City.
Yeah. So this whole property is private property technically, and there's a manager of some sorts and whatever. So everyone lined up to get the PS3, and they just stood outside of the Best Buy. And the manager sent security there and said, tell all these people to fuck off. They cannot be on the property at all. Like, if they want one, they can come back in the morning and whatever. Which, whoever the manager was, just asshole, doesn't understand how these things work, whatever. At this particular Best Buy location.
Yeah.
So everybody was like, well, like, we can't not be here. Like, we have to get this thing. Have to get it. So everybody went to the top of the parking lot, like all the way back. And for folks who aren't familiar with this Best Buy, it is essentially, I don't know. It's about a, I don't know. What would you say
talking about the White
distance-wise?
Marsh one?
Yeah, what do you say distance-wise it is from that
Probably
main
about
road?
football field. Oh, from the main road.
From the main road to the front door of Best Buy.
I'll say somewhere between 150 to 200 yards.
All right, so like that long, right?
Pretty big.
Yeah, pretty far. A bit. Like,
A little bit more than a football field.
if you're driving your car at an average parking lot speed, it would take you about 30 seconds probably to drive from road to this, to maybe less than 30 seconds, but to get there and like park and whatever.
Yeah.
So all of these dudes lined up at the edge there because security said you cannot be on the property. And they said, well, is this the property? And they're like, no. And I'm like, cool. So they stood there all night long.
It's a Panera Bread, okay?
And they were going to stampede right when they were allowed to enter the property because they were going to like bring police in and whatever. So they stood lined up there, and then at whatever it was, like 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. when the manager said, okay, it's okay to go, they all charged.
Jeez.
The kid that I went to high school with that I was friends with, Chris, he hung out in the bushes right next to 95. And when everybody was stampeding, he just slowly walked up, giving them the finger, and got right at the front door, first in line to
Was
get
he
the
wearing like a
PS3.
Solid Snake outfit?
coming out of the cardboard box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said he just everybody was like, well, we're going to line up. And he was like, fuck you. And he just laid down in the bushes all night.
Great idea.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Really good.
I applaud him.
Yeah.
Well done. I applaud he had that much money to spend.
I know.
Oh right, yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, fuck that price.
So
George Foreman grill.
I know. Yeah, I didn't get one. I didn't get a
Actually, kinda like that
PS3.
design.
I know. I didn't get a PS3 until years later.
Slim.
And really it was because of price.
I just didn't get one.
Yeah. The price did come down a little bit. And honestly, I made a dumb choice. I was like, hey, I've got money to buy a console. Because I had the Wii for a few years. Or maybe a year or two. And my brother bought an Xbox 360 that I would steal occasionally from him and play whatever. But I didn't have whatever. So I was like, hey, I'm going to get a thing now that I have money to get a thing.
Right.
And I was like, PS3 or Xbox 360?
These are the ones I could play PS2 games.
Yeah, and I kept going back and forth, and I was like, you know what? My friends all have Xbox, so I'm going to get an Xbox. And I bought one, and then like 2 months later got a Blu-ray player and ended up spending more money in the long run, and I should have just bought a PS3 because I also played with them for a month while we were on winter break from college, and then never again.
That was like one of the biggest console wars I've experienced.
Yeah, that was pretty...
The 360, PS3, let's not acknowledge Wii.
Well, I think it's because we had this, like... That was when the internet became a readily available thing.
I was an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, I was just a piece of shit. Like, I remember catching, like, old YouTube comments back around that time when I was just all about Halo 3. I actually, like, trashed the Wii. I was like, who the fuck is this kid? I would kick his ass in a heartbeat.
Yeah. We were different. It was a decade ago, right? But, yeah, I think it's like...
I mean, I was also, like, 18, so...
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's like when they're 18. But that was PS3. I didn't get one until years later, but I did get Wii launch day.
See, I was there launch day, but I didn't get one.
Where'd you go? What was your story? Tell me your...
I was with my friends at Walmart for the midnight for that, and
They did a midnight?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Dundalk. Ugh.
Hey, easy.
Hey, I was born and raised there. I say whatever
Hey,
I
I
want.
still live there.
Me too. Dundalk Walmart is trash. I don't care what you say.
It is. It's terrible. It's quite literally one of the worst places ever.
But, like, it was cold. Like, from that entrance door all the way up to, like, where the home and garden is, nothing but people saying, I brought my guitar. I had a little pocket amp. I was playing the little Zelda theme and Mario theme and stuff.
Oh, man.
That was embarrassing.
You're making that face. You're making that, like...
I mean, it was whatever.
Yeah. You made that face that, like, parents do when, like, their kids are like, listen how good I sing. And you're like, well, about that. Oh, you're sorry.
I had to do
about
something
him.
to distract me from, like, hey, I'm not getting a Wii right now and everybody else is.
Yeah.
Because, like, Twilight Princess was a launch title for it.
Yeah.
And I was bitter as fuck because my GameCube one had to get delayed
Yeah.
because of that. And I waited longer.
You know
than
what's
they
funny?
did.
I didn't even know that Twilight Princess existed until they announced the Wii. And I got it day one. And
I mean,
dude's been following it for
I
years.
had this
to wait
pre-ordered
longer.
before Project Revolution was a thing. That's how serious I was about
And
this.
I got it before you.
I knew about like
Thanks,
2 years
Nintendo.
prior.
I know.
But yeah, there was people, driving by like PS3's better. Like they actually drive by and talk shit.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like
If I was 16 with a car, that would have been me.
blasting music, whatever.
However, I was not that age yet.
Security had to walk people to their cars.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Like they let like only a handful in at a time to get their system. Like there was enough for everybody. I think
Really?
almost. I think.
Not him. The dude in the guitar
Yeah.
playing all the themes.
Well, that night, we just chilled at my friend Joe's house and like we played Wii Sports. Even after we went to bed, I was still playing it.
Yeah.
I was just boxing the entire time. I played Zelda for like a little bit. I was like, I shouldn't touch this until the GameCube would. Shouldn't touch it. But I did a little bit, and I was like, it's okay, but no, I'm just gonna keep waiting.
Yeah.
And I just went back to Wii Sports because that's all we had.
Yeah. Yeah. We
And it turned out to be like a big success.
it was fucking incredible.
Bowling,
I just played it the other night. I was like feeling a little nostalgic. I popped it in.
boxing was my favorite though.
We went because we knew we wanted it, and it was like this is gonna happen. We're gonna get the Wii,
Yeah.
and we went to the same Best Buy And we were like, all right, we're gonna camp out. But we knew at that point, like the
gonna
stories
stampede.
of like, right, we're not gonna be able to get there and whatever. So we said fuck it and went anyway. And I think at this point, holiday hours had kicked in, so they were open until like 9 or 10, whatever it is. So we just lined up outside at like 9:30 or so and just stood there. And as like people were closing down shop and everything, the security guard came around and was like, you guys can't hang out here. And it was like, yeah, but we're getting the Wii in the morning and like we're gonna do that. And they're like, yeah, but you can't, so you gotta go, you gotta get the fuck out.
That was the thing. Yeah, there was people in front of that Walmart.
Yeah.
They were there for like a day before.
Oh yeah. We just went the night before and we were the only ones outside. And I guess that was like
They
a
had a
benefit.
tent and chairs.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, you can
It was
do this?
it was kind of a benefit of them like saying like you can't do this because we were the only ones there.
Yeah.
So we were like, all right, we can't stay. Well, what are we gonna do? So we went to, and it was a bunch of us. It was me, my friend Ben, who listeners might see his name pop up on the website. We've talked about him before. Ben's cousin Akko, my good friend, my brother and my brother's friend, along with our friend Mike, and there was a whole bunch. I feel like I might be. Ben's brother Dean was there. There was a bunch of us. Just kept building, right? So then,
Squad.
So yeah, squad up. So we kind of like leave, and we're like, we don't know what the fuck to do. So we went right to Taco Bell.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think like this is 10 years ago, and this is the first time I'm like trying to remember. But I remember, I feel like we all got Taco Bell. We got Taco Bell, and we went back to Ben's house, ate, and then we just played Smash until like 2:30 in the morning. And at that point, we're like, nobody's awake. Security's gone. Let's fucking do this. So we went back, and we took sleeping bags, and everybody that had DS at the time brought their DS. And we got there, and we get right up front of Best Buy, and I think we got there and we stayed in the cars. That's what we did. We were like, we're gonna sit in the cars for as long as possible because they can't like say anything. Like, we're not standing up front. We're just parked in the car. So we did that, and then I think we like parked in the gas station up a little bit, making it seem like whatever.
Say I wouldn't have parked right on the lot, but what you did sounds
Yeah.
smart.
Then we crept our way in like an hour or two later as it got to like 5:30. And then we were sitting there, and then we just kind of got out of the car, and we were just hanging out. But remember, it's November.
Yeah.
It's
cold.
freezing. So we're all like bundled up and whatever.
Bro, like, we don't care, Nintendo.
Right, yeah. So we get to the front door, and we start lining up. And it was kind of like, I don't even remember the order. I remember Akko was first, and then the rest of us filled in the rest of the line. I don't remember how it all spelled out. But this kid that we worked with, because we all worked at a grocery store together. And this kid that we worked with, who was always just like weird, like he used to come in, the side story, but the kid would like come into work and he'd be like, hey. And he'd be like, he had this thing, like, you know those guys that like their mouth moves faster than, or their brain moves faster than their mouth can keep up with?
Man, I'm right here. Like,
No, like they do this thing where they try to. And
That's how I type.
Right, and they just can't they can't get it out because they're moving so fast up there.
even
and,
as, like, when my text, I'm missing like one or two words. I'm like, oh shit,
I do
I gotta
that
fix
shit
myself
all the time.
but like, and he just and you're like, whoa, you missed a couple of words there, dude. I can't.
The genital.
Yeah. But he'd come in and be like,
Adjusting.
he'd be like, oh. Dude. He'd come in and he'd say like, do you like Star Wars? Because I can do Photoshop and I can make you any color lightsaber. You if you give me
Bazinga.
a picture, I'll make you any you could have any color lightsaber you want. And he'd like try and get people to give him money to Photoshop pictures of lightsabers in their hands. And I was like, oh, I don't really care about Star Wars.
Oh, that's real. That's not an example.
No, that was a real ass thing. And then he brought in several photos that he printed out
Were they
of
good?
him. No. Of him holding a purple lightsaber, which he
Windu.
made. He made sure to point out that it's
shit.
a different shade of purple than Mace Windu. And he, in fact, as a Jedi Knight, had his before Mace Windu. Matt, I'll have you know.
OC, do not steal.
I don't fucking like this kid.
He was just a weird goon kid. Like,
Dude.
He was just an odd kid. Whatever,
Was
right?
he there at that launch?
So he fucking shows up. His mom dropped him off, and he's just there, with his middle part and just like goofy fucking. He's always like bouncy and he's doughy. You know, he's like one of those doughy kids just wearing a fleece. I don't know. So he's just there and talking with us and whatever. What are you guys excited about? Blah blah blah. And we're all kind of like at this point, like we've been up for hours. We're filled with the taco meats. we're freezing. It's November, and we're all kind of like huddled in sleeping bags and whatever.
We don't have the energy to talk.
Yeah. Eventually, like some more cars show up and they start lining up with us. And we get to the point where like security, I don't think ever came around. Like I think they drove by, but just said like, oh fuck it, I'm not going to start anything.
Too many people can't handle this.
And so then it got to the point sun starts coming up and we're like, okay, we're getting closer, because they weren't doing it until 7 a.m. So we had to stay all throughout. And I think we left Ben's at like 2:30, went back. I think we went to Taco Bell again, or it's all blurry. I don't remember. And then we were out there until 7, and then they come out, and we were the first 6 plus Keith behind us, and it was just kind of like I can't remember if they gave us tickets or not, but I knew that like we knew kind of before the doors opened that not everybody in this line was going to get one. I don't remember why we knew that. I think they might have told us like ahead of time, or whatever it was. But we knew like not everybody was going to get one.
Yeah.
And at a certain point it was going to get cut off. But we knew we were safe and we were going to get one. So they opened the doors and it was kind of like, go in. You got your console, and then if you needed any accessories or whatever games you were getting, like get them right there and go right to the like they had it all very organized. It was neat. Right when the fucking doors open, that asshole charges in front of all of us, and we had been there. He showed up like 2 hours after we did. He was right first in line after us.
Did he make like a TIE fighter noise when he went by? You just
but like he showed up hours after, and we had been there just freezing. And Jar Jar just charged right past us and jumped right in front of Akko. And it all happened so fast. Like they opened the doors, they said it's time to go, the kid cut, and then they went, come on, sir. And it was just like, Akko just kind of went like, whatever, we're going in, who cares, I'm getting it, right? So we go in and we get it. And then fun fact that I didn't know, I just learned recently when I was talking to Ben about this, Akko's his Wii bricked some years later, which he blames Keith for, because if Keith hadn't jumped the line, he would have.
Damn.
But so I remember going in, being up all night long, and it was like finally there. And if you remember that South Park episode that was happening around the time where Cartman wanted to freeze himself, like that was really like what we kind of went through, was like, oh, this thing's so cool. And like for me, and we don't have enough time to go into like all the cool shit about the Wii. Maybe we can do this next week, but like the games were exciting. Yeah, the new controller was exciting with the nunchuck and the Wii remote. Like, it was so cool.
Yeah.
But the virtual console was just like, that was a new ass thing. Like,
that blew our minds.
It was so crazy.
And then you had a little GameCube port, the controllers.
It was amazing. You had everything. Like, this was the box. Like, this was the box you needed for everything, including the classic controller, which I bought one like right away.
Yeah.
So cool. Like, such a cool console. We got it. We took it home, and then I think immediately we fired up. We all made our Miis, and then made.
That took a while on that.
Yeah, me too. And then we played Wii Sports for a little bit, and then I turned around and Sean's friend Devin was just like, eyes down, just doing that head bob thing, and I was like, all right, night. And then I think Sean and I did a couple of rounds of like boxing, and then Sean was like, I'm done, I'm going to bed, fuck this. So then they went to bed. I played Twilight Princess for a little while, and then I was like, all right, I guess I'll sleep. And I think that came out a Saturday into Sunday.
Maybe that sounds about right.
I don't remember.
Because I want to say that, because PS3 came out on a Friday. Because I remember we talked about it in school, how crazy it was, what happened. And then that Saturday night is when we stayed up to go get the Wii Sunday morning. And then Sunday, I think I was off, or I don't remember where the fuck I worked or what I did at that point.
Yeah.
But we we played Wii all day long. And then obviously Thanksgiving was right after that. So then everybody comes over for Thanksgiving, and then boom, 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 boom. And then that started Friday Night Pizza Party. Did I ever say about Friday Night Pizza Party?
I'm not sure.
Friday Night Pizza Party was a thing that happened every single week. That wasn't why we did it. No. And it all happened because of a dumb joke where I was leaving work and I said something. And another friend of mine was just like, "Did you say you're having a Friday night pizza party?" And I don't even remember what I said. But I was like, "No, but that sounds great." And he was like, "We should do that." And I was like, "We should do that." And then we just started doing it. So we did Friday Night Pizza Party for
We would like to play.
like my entire senior year. Every Friday night, we'd go there. And like people would come into, it got to the point where like Monday morning, people would come into school and it'd be like, "Dude, Joe's house was fucking nuts Friday night." And like senior year was like the year that like a lot of people
strike.
Yeah. A lot of people start like drinking at that age. Like I got all that shit out of my system in 9th grade because I was just a trash kid, little demon boy. I was a demon boy drinking in the woods, burning down shit with cigarettes. That was
I didn't
was
touch
14.
a beer until 2006, probably.
Yeah, and so like this was when everybody was doing that, and like people would come in and they'd be like, "Oh my god, like, we gotta go to Joe Dix's house. This is crazy. Everybody's getting fucked up." It's like, nah, dude, we're just playing fucking Wii and Guitar Hero. So yeah, that was every week was just like
I remember playing Guitar Hero like once that year.
Yeah, I think we had maybe started before the Wii. We might have done Guitar Hero 2 for a while, and then that turned into Wii. We did a lot of like Wii bowling tournaments. And then I remember when WarioWare came out, we had a whole good couple of weeks with that.
Oh my god, the one for the Wii is awesome.
Yeah, it was so good. But literally, like every week, everybody would show up. We would all take like 5 to 10. I think it was like $5 really. We'd take as many $5 bills as we could, grab from everybody, and we would order that many pizzas. And it was on average between like 10 and 15 pizzas a week.
Damn.
Just
Goddamn.
Friday night, boom, 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 whatever. They bring it to the house. And yeah, we just eat pizza, play games until whenever, and then everybody go home and whatever. It was so fucking cool. And
Sounds like it.
it was great. And it got to the point where like one dude was bringing over his hacked PS2 so that we could play Guitar Hero with like all of the downloaded songs.
Yeah.
Yes, we played fucking Dragon Force, or was Dragon Force built into it?
Yeah.
That was number 3, Through the Fire and Flames.
Yeah. There might have been another one.
Maybe.
And then we played it with... Wait, no, if that was in Guitar Hero 3, no, because we were definitely playing on Guitar Hero 2.
Well,
I
yeah,
think
we probably modded then.
Yeah.
It could have been.
We played it with... what's that shitty song? The Odyssey? By Megadeth, maybe? No, no.
Hangar 18.
Hangar 18 by Megadeth. Is that one that was on there? Now I'm all fucked
Hangar
up.
18 is on the first one.
I'm all broken inside. But yeah, the Odyssey, I forget who did it, but it's some metal ass song, and it's like 35 minutes long or something.
Oh my God.
And like 2 dudes would just hang out and play that in my living room.
That's why I like that at MagFest. There's a guy with a custom console, and you put all these songs in a rock band.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's super. It was so much fun. We had a lot of fun doing that every week. Yeah, I don't remember it all. It was just Friday Night Pizza Party. Good stuff.
It's definitely an odd, unique time.
It was because it was like
it wasn't the greatest, but like it wasn't the worst. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's a good
it was kind
point.
of like the first of its kind to me, in my opinion. Because I never went to like releases. I didn't know like launches of a system was such a big deal until.
No.
I mean, I knew PS2 was a big one.
Yeah,
but I never saw people stand outside for it.
I don't remember people getting stabbed for it.
Yeah,
I mean they
like,
probably did, but I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't a thing yet.
That was the only one I've ever camped up for. Only
Same.
system I've ever camped out for. Only one I've ever.
I don't think I'll ever do it again.
Like
No, you need to now though.
Yeah, but like in the age of like pre-ordering stuff like online
shit.
and like
Yeah,
Amazon
you
or
start out
whatever,
that
like
X.
no, and so that was what happened with Vita, because Vita's almost 5 years old. But the Vita, I got that thing day one, but I ordered it on Amazon.
the Switch might be a different situation. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Well, the NES Classic is any precursor. We're all fucked.
I'll just wait. I don't give a fuck. Whatever. I'll get it when I get it.
Yeah.
Bleh. Bleh. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, we should come back to that. We'll talk maybe like our favorite games and stuff on Wii, PS3, any other weird memories. But largely, I loved camping out for it. That was like one of my most favorite memories.
Yeah, I'm never gonna have that experience. Probably ever. It's okay.
It's like midnight releases. It's like the closest thing to like a tailgate party.
Yeah.
I've still never gotten the console release day either.
I did. Oh, I did it with PS4 as well, but I got it through Amazon.
I didn't have the funds yet.
Oh, I just skipped a bunch of car payments and bought
I
one.
didn't buy a Wii until Skyward Sword.
Oh, fuck.
That was the only reason why I bought a Wii.
No shit.
I saw that collector's like, yep, well, I'm getting the Wii. Look at that.
Damn. Yeah, it was good. Oh, Nintendo. Well, with that, we're at the hour 50 mark. Not Mark, but Mark. Mark?
Hi.
Mark.
Hey.
We're going to bring this old episode 173 down to a close.
Yep.
Sure. I'm ready. Waiting on you.
I don't know. I froze up. I forgot what I do with this part.
I was expecting that everything just like slow down, like everything's slow motion, deeper voice,
That's kind of where we're at.
kind of like a drug trip at this point.
Yeah.
God.
Breathe in.
Sounds like
I
a
was
lot of editing.
14 years old.
Breathe out.
You got me thinking about these times. Now I was 14 years old when that thing came out.
Are you the same age as my brother? Yeah. Yep.
14.
Damn.
Well, since it doesn't really matter hitting this 2-hour part,
Oh,
we're on it there. Can I just point this out real quick?
please.
About Pokemon.
Oh, yeah. Pokemon came out. Did you get it?
I did not get it.
Okay, me neither.
I was tempted.
Me too.
I'm still tempted.
Tempted by the
guys.
fruit of another.
Well, I thought was funny on Reddit. You couldn't enter a certain word when naming a Pokemon. This person put Hillary Swank. It just says you can't enter that word.
Swank?
I maybe, but that's not the thing.
Hillary.
Here. My friend Joe. I'm throwing him on under the bus here. Just bringing him out.
All right.
He got it. He got Moon
Uh,
since Friday or Saturday. I don't know. Yeah, Friday.
yeah.
He still hasn't got past picking his starter.
What?
He's trying to get a shiny Rowlet. This entire I hung out with him yesterday and we were playing the Bloodborne card game.
Fuck, I canceled my Amazon order of that. Is it good?
Yes, it's good.
Damn it.
It's a short little game. Like it's fun. It's charming.
Because yeah, all right, anyway.
Yeah, I forgot it existed. But even during that,
Yeah.
I mean, so all my friends and I they all had their DSs out in
Yeah.
between turns. They were all playing Pokemon. I'm just sitting there with my thumb up my ass, and it's like, man, you guys are really making me feel left out. They do this with everything. They play some Disney mobile games. They'll be playing Pokemon. They all play Overwatch. Like they all do these things, and I'm just like that asshole black sheep. Who's just like, I don't find this fun. But
Should introduce them to genital jousting. You all can play together.
well, no, I did. No, we did play that. That's yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's why it was fun. It was like that was
Yeah.
the one thing we played together, or like Jackbox or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, the whole time I'm just play the fucking game already. But he still hasn't given up. He is on day 3 now,
But
and he just texted me. He was just like, "I'm like the Energizer Bunny, baby." Like he just keeps going and going.
so what is he doing? He's going through to pick your starter, seeing that he doesn't get a shiny.
Soft resets it,
For fuck's sake.
and he's tagged me in on
I hope he
Facebook.
bricks his device. I don't even know what
And
I don't even know what's going on,
so I
but
made
I
this-
hope he bricks it.
So I made this joke with him. It's like, what if every time you're soft resetting this, you are
Resetting the chances.
that Rowlet just sees a black screen fade over his life, and then Simon and Garfunkel start playing. So
You're obsessed with this song.
So,
It's
like-
been this haunting theme of Mark's life.
so I started I boot up Spotify. I just had the song on demand. So every time he soft reset, I just played Sound of Silence. And so when he posted a picture line of the scene of him holding a Rowlet, I re-edited it for the text at the bottom just to say "Hello, darkness, my old friend." And now he's still sending me pictures, tagging me, and I'm like, he's still going.
Oh my
and I'm just
God.
sending angry pictures at him. This whole
Shit.
thing.
Well, he'll eventually get one, I suppose, right?
I mean, yeah, it's a 1 in 4,000, 8,000 chance.
Oh. Yeah.
It's funny. I mean, I applaud him, but damn, like it makes me not want to see that scene when if I play it, I'm just gonna close my eyes and be like, no, I don't care because I've seen it so much.
Fuck.
How funny would it be if you got it first try?
That would be hilarious.
You should do it. I'll give you $40 to buy the game just to do it. That'd be great.
There are people at work that I didn't even know had 3DSs just showing up with 3DSs.
No, like
I know.
I was like, "What are you playing?" Oh, fuck you.
No, I will trade whatever legendary I have for a shiny rowlet in like the global trading thing or whatever, if that's available. I don't think that stuff's available till January.
GTS should be,
or like the Pokebank transfer.
The Pokebank is not.
Right. Well,
right.
I will trade whatever to get the shiny rowlet, and I will record myself releasing it.
Oh man, we'll have to have Joe on sometime. Maybe after he gets his shiny rowlet to tell us the story about it.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah. Well, the Free Cheese, as we mentioned at the top of the show, is a weekly video game podcast about video games that you can find on thefreecheese.com. Go to thefreecheese.com, read all of our stuff. This month is the month of secrets. We're talking all about The Legend of Zelda all month long. We're playing Skyward Sword, like I talked about earlier. You can play along too if you've never played it, or if you just want to revisit it again as we anticipate Breath of the Wild. Get in that Thanksgiving Zelda spirit. Am I the only one that has a Thanksgiving Zelda thing, or is that...
What do you mean?
Just like this time of year, it feels like I should be playing a Zelda game.
I mean, I never really had that feeling with a certain month, you know? It's just like, if I'm just in the mood, I'm just in the mood.
I am too, but like...
But, what's his face on YouTube? Peanut Butter Gamer. He actually did Zelda. He does Zelda month in November.
Yeah, so full transparency, we plan out a lot of our cover stories like a long time in advance. And the beginning of the year, we sat down and we were like, there's a lot of anniversaries this year. We got to start talking about what we're doing. And like February was the real anniversary of Legend of Zelda 30 years, but it was kind of like...
So I guess more the month for me.
But it was still just like, it didn't feel right. It was like,
yeah,
November. And even Nintendo's kind of celebrating in November. They're putting out I guess they're saying fuck you and putting out the things next month. Yeah. A little amiibo. But anyway, yeah, we're playing Zelda, talking about Zelda, doing Zelda. So go do Zelda, thefreecheese.com. You should also go to iTunes, where you can subscribe to the podcast, leave us a rating or a review. We're also on the Google Play Store.
You sounded like you weren't sure.
Which works similarly to iTunes.
We think.
So you can subscribe to it if you are using an Android device or you prefer things over through the Google side of things. We're also, every episode gets posted to YouTube in audio form. One day when we understand how cameras work, we might try video form, but that's probably a 2017 thing. What else? What's the other things?
What did you hit?
Listen to us.
Mm-hmm.
Read about us.
Mm-hmm.
Can't watch us.
Mm-hmm.
Tweet us. We're all on Twitter.
There it is.
Yep. The Free Cheese is at Some Free Cheese. That's a good whistle. That whistling man, old Mark, is at AUG_mental. AUG_mental. Matt is at Matty Ice 131. And I am at The Free Cheese. Send us an email at podcast@thefreecheese.com. If you want to give us a question of the week recommendation, share a story, ask or suggest a topic,
send us your favorite recipe.
Do that. What recipes do you have?
Send us a photo of your Miitomo, dude. I'm buying a pink sweater right now.
Oh, nice. I just went shopping too. I bought a pea coat.
Oh, I was eyeing out the pea coat too.
I like the pea coat.
Yeah.
I think I bought it in gray, but I don't remember. It might have been black. You know what I'll tell you? Real quick, little Miitomo update for the week. Mark ended the nightmare.
Oh, we were talking about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look so
it's sad.
intelligent. I got my glasses.
I missed it already.
It's not gone forever.
Oh, I know, but yeah. That's it. That's been a Free Cheese. Another one. We did it.
Woo.
Where are Cranky Pants at?
Enjoy your Thanksgivings. Play video games with your family. Do you guys do that? You play video games with families?
Nope, they all look at me like I'm crazy.
Lately, I play Rock Band with my brother.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Since we do the musics outside of
Yeah.
it.
Last year, I took Wii U over to my mom's with Smash. We played a bunch of Smash Brothers, so I might do the same thing again. I just also don't feel like untangling all the fucking wires from the back of the thing.
I hate that.
Because I think like tomorrow or the next day, I'm gonna finally cable manage everything behind the TV. Because right now it's just a rat's
Oh,
nest.
you. I'm not touching
Yeah,
that
I know.
10-foot pole.
So I don't. Yeah, but that was fun last year. This year I'll probably just take my DS, play Fire Emblem in the corner like a sad boy. That's just what we do. Cool. But yeah, have fun with your families. Enjoy stuffing and mashed potatoes. Like I know everybody eats turkey. Turkey's fine,
Yeah.
but I go for the stuffing.
I'm all about the sweet potatoes covered in
Oh,
marshmallow.
yeah. Sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes, mashed potatoes, and the stuffing. That's where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
The canned cranberry sauce.
See, cranberry sauce is... I don't like it.
The canned one, not the fresh cranberry sauce. The canned one. The
I've
one
always
that,
avoided it as a kid.
Just that.
the
yeah.
one with the
But-
ribbons. In
I don't mind it
it.
now. It's like-
I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever had it. It just doesn't
Yeah.
seem appeal. It seems like fake ass Jello to me,
But
and I
you
don't
know
like
what?
fake
Kinda
ass
is,
Jello.
but it's
See?
awesome.
I'm okay with it now. Like I don't really care.
Does it
It's
taste
just a
like
thing.
cranberry juice?
I
Yeah.
assume, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I wouldn't be offended, I suppose.
That's what I'm saying. Like the texture of the canned one, the ribbons.
That's dope. Yeah, yeah.
Like
yeah.
that's like your Jello cranberry.
Mm-hmm. Mm. All right, maybe.
Zombie. Linger.
Oh, god damn it. God. What's the other one?
It's in your head, isn't it? In your head.
There's one more. There's a good one.
Those are good.
I know they're good, but there's like a really good one that like touches me all the time.
Good night. I really don't know right now.
Me neither. I don't know.
So what Spotify's hits are.
There it is. Get the hits. Nothing but them. Well, we'll see you in a week's time. Enjoy your weeks. Be careful on Black Friday if you're going out there to go shop for video game things or just electronics or toys or clothes. People buy clothes on Black Friday. Is that a thing you can buy?
It's
I
probably
believe so.
it's probably the one part that's not congested.
Clothing.
Um,
I just don't buy clothes ever.
was it Ode to My Family?
Nah.
Is it Dreams?
Dreams?
Is it just my imagination?
No.
I don't know that.
I think it was... I don't know. That's it. I don't know.
Never know. Great.
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 Fantastic.
Hmm.
It's fantastic. Done. Matt gave us the hands. See, Oswald never ran down. We didn't have the, like, time to,
The Stampede.
yeah. Cool. All right, we're done. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.